Hello, everyone, and welcome to the penultimate episode of Valtorn. Kai's nervous. I don't know if that means we should all be nervous. I'm always nervous when I'm a GM, so I'm like, is it GM nerves? Because I get that vibe. But generally when I'm a player, I don't feel as nervous. I do sometimes, like episode ones really freak me out. I don't know why. I'm like,
yeah.
I get really anxious. Those. I was like, please like my character.
Really?
No.
Oh, yeah. That's actually honestly exactly the same. I'm like, please don't hate my character. I love them.
Unless it's a character where I'm like, everyone's going to hate it. Like Layla the Vampire Slayer. Yeah. I was like, I knew opening scene, everyone was going to hate my character until they found out why my character was the way my character was. Then they were going to be like,
yeah,
you precious bean.
I love that.
You know, childhood drama. It's fine. I was watching this TikTok actually where they're like, put your fingers up for every one of these. It was like a psychologist who was like saying like, based on a scale of 1 to 10, how traumatized you were as a child, and like from, you know, where you are to, or from age 18 below, if any of these happened to you and like going through it. I was 10 out of 10. I was like, I don't know if that means I just really aced this quiz. No, I'm just kidding.
Hell yeah, I passed.
Because they're basically like, the higher your score, the more messed up your life could possibly be if you didn't like really try hard to not fuck it up.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
My thing for especially DMing like the ends of campaigns is like making sure the payoff is good, make sure the players feel like their internal struggles came full circle. They had these moments that they're hoping for. And so it's just like this.
Yeah, Kai's been like, what scenes do you want? Is there something you want to do?
Tell me, please.
Yeah, and Drac and I are like, nah, brah, we want to leave it up to the rolls, but we have like one scene we want to do, and then the rest is all based on rolls. But before we can get this bad boy on the road, actually, we're technically not on the road anymore, thank goodness, or in the sky, because, you know, that went well.
Whoa! You can't blame Chuck for that.
No, you can blame me for that, actually, because I'm trying to put a pocket dimension inside of another pocket dimension.
That was Mentala and Kyoko's fault.
Yeah, we have some things to go over. First and foremost, we would like to thank our sponsor today, Roll20. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's episode. If you would like to know how we do our dice, our character sheets, all of that stuff, it's all through Roll20. If you've watched some of our previous shows where we had like crazy maps with amazing lighting, that was all through Roll20. They keep adding more features, and you don't have to just do like tabletop like dice games. You can do card games, you can create your own custom sheets. It's pretty fantastic. I was telling Bentham I want to like try to learn the coding stuff, because we loved what EE did with the integration, but it's like a whole job to learn that stuff. So if there's someone out there who wants to assist us, holla at your girl. But beyond that, we do have some merch if you want to check out our merch. designbyhumans.com/shop/roll for it. You can get yourself a mug, a shirt, a long sleeve shirt, whatever the weather's got for you. We got you covered, literally covered. And we also want to thank our Hero Sheep. I need like a sheep noise for Hero Sheep. Bah, bah. There we go. Thank you. Get some roll love in chat for Hero Sheep. If you'd like to become a supporter like Hero Sheep, you can become a legend tier or above. And I just announced our June GM, which is a new GM. So they're getting a little sneak peek of who is possibly GMing a future show on our channel. The rest of you will have to wait and find out. But we do have more stuff coming, even though this is the penultimate. Stay tuned for that. We will also have our level 6 character sheets over on Patreon, and we also have like a whole bunch of other goodies over on Patreon. If you want to check those things out, like tons of after shows, everything that you can think of is out there. So, and we'll have more. You can also become a subscriber here on Twitch, and if you have Amazon Prime and you haven't Prime subbed to anybody, you could, you know, sub to your homies here. And we also have a YouTube membership over on YouTube that gives you access to some of the emotes that you get from Twitch as well. And whether you're a YouTube member, a Twitch subscriber, or a Patreon supporter, you get access to our Discord, where we've been watching Doozer power through and binge the whole show. I saw you in chat, so you did finish it. So he could be here for the final, penultimate and last episode of the show live. And you can chat with us. You can ask us questions. Sometimes we'll answer them. Sometimes, we're like, we gotta wait to find that out. But we always love seeing the theories. And we know not everyone can support us monetarily. There's lots of ways to support us that do not cost any money. You can watch us live here on Twitch, make clips. Oh my gosh, please make clips. We love them. I'm going to do a compilation. That's one of the things I want to do for this before the last episode. I feel like it'd be cool to play at the intro. So maybe I'll try to, don't quote me on it, but I'm going to try to edit something together.
Sorry, I just saw Tyler in the sunglasses.
It's great. Screenshot and send us memes. You can also watch us on YouTube, comment, like, subscribe over there. It all helps the algorithms go where. And of course, follow us on Twitter and Facebook, like, share, retweet, and comment. We love all of that, and it helps people find us. Even if you think like, oh, I don't have a lot of followers, it doesn't matter. What matters is the interaction on that specific post, which is wild, but that's it. And now that you're probably sick of hearing me talk, I'm going to hand it over to our wonderful GM, Kai Bear. What kind of music do you need to start this off? What you feel?
Jaunty, happy-go-lucky about this, like, people about town kind of music. So we ended off last time with the adventurers. I can't really say heroes, because every city that you've been to has left in some sort of disarray upon departure.
How many of them have been our faults?
None.
Whoa.
But
Whoa.
do not blame the catalyst for the reaction.
The Chicago thing, we just happened to be there. It wasn't our fault.
We were the heroes too. We saved the city.
Wait, which one?
We pulled a green arrow and told Giovanni that he failed this city and shot him with an arcane bullet.
You failed this city.
Yeah.
God, I love the Mentala pushing the first domino on that. So we have our adventurers driving away in Betsy from the Griffith Observatory after rousing the mafia at their Bone Devil Mansion Crypt Catacomb combo. And as they drive off into the city, they say their final goodbyes and split and go their separate ways. A few days has passed, and the first person we see living their life as they used to. It's always a very stark contrast of going from an adventure or a vacation back to just the day-to-day. So tell us, Tyler, how is Chuck doing attending his first gala back? Raising money for something, for some charity, for something to do with the city. You're sitting in a white marble room with pillars and a piano in the corner with a very minor violin section piano combo as you have waiters walking around with saucers of liquor and fine appetizers. There are groups of people mingling around. You know, these types of occasions are mainly for networking. You donate so you can show up and then talk about your business and try to meet new people. What do we see Chuck doing?
He's probably leaned against the wall, facing towards the entrance, and just kind of thinking to himself, looking extremely bored. Just chilling there.
So after a while,
watching people.
How is Chuck doing?
I mean, he's on edge. He snuck a gun in. He's back to the way that he was kind of the last time he put the hat on. And he feels like everything that he's doing right now is monotony.
Is it different than you were before you left? fresh after having the hat.
It's different in the sense of he's watching people wishing he could be this way, as opposed to the part where he was just bored with it, like it was just nothing.
Out of the corner of your eye, across the room, there's a stocky individual in a gray suit that you swear looks like Gio. So out of the corner of your eye, you see him turn a corner.
He just quickly glances over and his hand's in his coat.
Nothing happens of that. If you don't follow, then no situation comes. Then
Oh, he would follow. I didn't realize you told me
he
he
rounded a
said-
corner and
Oh, okay, then he would follow. Carefully.
you follow suit. It takes you to this outside balcony overlooking the beaches of Miami, out right as the sun is starting to come down for sunset. You get this pit in your stomach as you think, okay, he's here. He's come for me. He knows this is going to be the moment. You go outside and it's just a normal person.
Oh. Sorry. Thought you were someone else.
As that happens, you feel a tap on the back of your shoulder. You turn and there's this beautiful blonde woman with a very slender frame and amazing immaculate dress. Oh my God, Charles Spadina. It's been so long since I've seen you at one of these. How are you doing? And you recognize Isabella Davenport, a influential socialite and actress who you've had a couple of run-ins with before, but never had like serious conversation.
Slinkily like sliding and hiding the gun again. I'm good. I'm good. It's good to see you, Isabel.
Oh, it's great to see you too. You have missed the last like 3 events. Where have you been? Is Emo keeping you all busy?
Yeah, business travels. You know how it is.
Oh, tell me about it. Did you like go out to other cities? Were you like staying here? Did you fly away?
Fly away. That's funny because I actually flew back here.
Oh my God, you did?
Yeah. Did you hear about the train that's running from LA to Chicago and New York?
Oh my God, they're having a train set up?
Yeah, I wrote it on its first
No
journey.
way.
Yeah. It's quite nice, you know. It's a easy way for us to transport between places almost like we used to.
Oh God, what do you mean? Like that was before me. Sorry, I know you like older people have your experiences. But like what's it like?
It's like getting out of a cage.
Ugh, I need that. I've been on set like 3 times this week for like 4 hours. It was a lot.
I can only imagine.
Mm-hmm. And they had me do this like super long script, and you have this general conversation with her that lasts a lot longer than you really want it to. And just it's like, and so like in the second act, it's like this whole like weird nude scene. I don't really understand it, but the director seemed really into it. And so like we just kept doing that, and it was very interesting. This like it just keeps going and going and going.
You know, it's interesting that you say that. I've got somewhere I need to be.
Oh, is there like another party or something going on? Do you know of like another little get together, another gala?
Yes, but I don't think you'd be welcome.
She kind of it gets taken aback for a second. She's kind of a little speechless, just like kind of takes a glass of alcohol from a nearby tray, just drinks. It's like I don't see why I wouldn't be.
He basically ignores her and just starts walking out.
Where do you go?
He walks up onto the stage of the gala and is just going to say, charities are important.
As you start, the waiter, ding, 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 ding. Everybody quiets down the music.
They make a difference. They have an impact. And frankly, everyone who's here has way too much money anyway. So
you hear like a spattering, like off in the back.
Why don't we all just open our pocketbooks and give to those who actually would use the money for purposes outside of their own vanity?
Get a couple confused looks.
The world is a changed place, and it's about time those that have the means to make a positive impact do so, instead of talking the talk and throwing chunk change at it.
There's some arrogant person in the back who's like, I know my money positively impacts me. Gets a couple people to clamor.
So, with that said, for once in your life, maybe do the right thing.
You hear a bunch of people like very confused looks of just like, I gave like 10% of my earnings last month, okay? People talking, looking at you, just kind of like, what's going on?
Enjoy the free drinks that you didn't pay for, the food that you didn't pay for, and all else, because there are plenty out there who can't get things for free and go without. And he said, and he just puts the mic away and leaves.
Like a slow, kind of confused clap at the beginning that turns into like a polite applause. And everyone's like, is he okay? What's going on? I feel his recent experiences must have been quite harrowing. So you walk out from the party. Do you leave entirely? Do you go to another section of the building?
Oh, he fully leaves the party. And he hops in the car and drives home.
All right. Get back home. Going to penthouse, going to the mansion.
Going to the penthouse.
Percy is there upon arrival. Was the gala to your liking, sir?
It was fine.
Back before sunset must have been amazing.
Percy?
Yes, sir.
How much do I actually give to charity? How much have I depleted my resources so far to help people who actually need them?
I would say you give a very generous 9% of yearly earnings, ammo entirety, but of yourself, maybe 15 to 20%.
How much would it take to find particular families in need to give more money to?
Oh, you could easily set up a non-profit organization that could do a little social searching to find individuals who might require more specific aid. What's the purpose of this, sir?
I need to figure out what and who I am without the money. So, with that said, I don't know if you've seen my will, but it was all to be left to you.
I get very okay with that, but is there going to be a change?
No, I'm going to remain as such, but what's going to be left is going to be less, I believe. Enough for you to keep this place, of course, and everything has been paid off. But I want to get rid of most of it.
Leaving me in such squalor, sir. How will I ever survive? I'm behind you. We could be doing a lot more.
I think I'd like to reconnect the world in a way that isn't run by the rich only for the rich. People need to see and get to know each other more and get outside of their normal social circles and complain about being on set for 12 hours and, oh no, I had to get naked, whatever.
Excuse me?
There's too much vanity in the world.
I wholeheartedly agree. So the installation of the new ceiling mirror will be a no-go?
Correct.
All right.
And when did I order that?
It was a while ago. It's been on the back order, but they finally have the mirror made, and it's going to be installed about next month.
Have them take it and use it in a ballet studio or something instead.
Oh. Wonderful divert. I'll make sure to give them a call.
And raise everybody's salary that I employ.
Yes, of course. Will do. I don't want to say I'm loving this turn of generosity, but you are planning to stick around for a while, are you not?
I have no plans otherwise. Just realizing a lot of things after my turn.
Had me worried there, sir. Thought you were going to take a long trip off of a short cliff.
No. I think it's time to actually live instead of pretend I'm living.
You see a smile go across his face that he quickly goes back professional. I think that would be a worthwhile investment in yourself, sir.
Oh, were we able to salvage the parts to the plane that crashed outside the city?
Yes, a majority of them have been taken to the ammo hangar in our Long Beach facility. We were able to get most of the engine together, some of the parts, but some will have to be remade or fabricated altogether. We can get a couple blacksmiths working on it, if that's what you would prefer. Get it up and running.
I think that would be great. Employ plenty of people who lack employment at the moment.
I will be in contact with the Gnomish Forge Guild. Not many people go to them for such things. The dwarves take all the business.
Yeah.
Is there anything else I can help you with, sir?
I think I'm gonna go for a walk.
Anything you would like upon your arrival? I've been tweaking the lemonade recipe that you had given me, and I feel like I've almost gotten it down.
Nothing in particular, Percy. Maybe you could join me on the walk. How about that?
That'll be quite lovely, sir. Where are we going? The guys start to stroll away.
Well, there's a diner that I know.
Oh, sounds lovely. Is this where we fade? After that, the loud footsteps of Mentala walking up to the gate. Are you back in the hiding as a singular form?
Yep. Mentala will once again be curled up in a ball, upside down, like nicely nestled in a little divot in Red's chest, and will be psychically communicating with him to keep them both in sync.
So after recently coming back from now being a little bit more capable than when you had left, finding new ruins through the analyzation of path energies, you're coming back with a giant chest of these different cut gems and arcane materials, these spell components that would be wonderful that you found this one dungeon that had a some wizard had made it a while back, and you had found his secret stash of valuable arcane accoutrement. Hey, is that you, man?
It's me.
All right, just gotta make sure it wasn't some random rock monster walking up.
There's only one like me.
Yeah, that's very sure. And I really hope it stays that way. To be honest, love you. 20 of you walking around, not my thing.
Flashback to the time that I used the stampede amulet to make like 20 of him run in every direction. I keep looking for more opportunities to use that. I nearly used it last episode.
All right, open up the gates.
We march in.
The gates open up as you walk through. You hear off to the distance, just, so you're gonna go out. There's a little dungeon, okay? There's a 2-story home on the far side, in the basement, all right? I've been told that there is a little glow that I feel that might have some fun little things there. And yeah, you sure about that? And you go over and you see your old halfling buddy talking to a new gnomish adventurer. He's got like very beginner basic gear on him, like an actual like Jansport backpack, and just like this like small little short sword, very gladius style to the side. And he's like, okay, if you think so, yeah, don't worry about it. It's all been cleared out. The guards have been going through. You're not gonna have to fight anything. It's just gonna be watch out for traps. You'll be fine.
So now you get to hear the little psychic link conversations that were happening all through episode 1 at a certain point, where like Red hears in his head Mentala going, "Is that motherfucker I think it is?"
Yeah.
And like, or like flashback to the time when like we were having that standoff, and like Mentala's actually like, "Kill him, punch him in the face, just murder him now," and Red's like, "Not a good idea."
Do you want a flashback? We could have all of it.
I think yeah, we get a little cut of that, of like, as it turns, because that was what I was doing in my head in that scene. I was like, yeah, Mentala is currently yelling at Red to just like punch him, and Red's like, "Let's think about this."
Just wait, Mentala. There might be another. We don't want to draw attention. I'm not going to do that.
I think this time Mentala's like, "No, I'm gonna get him this time. Okay, I've got an idea. You just keep walking, but like slow. We go. You stay in range.
Him or away, back.
No, just carry on, and then like once you're out of sight, just kind of hang around for a minute. I'm gonna pull a little trick here."
Okay, so like around the building, over there, or like do I just keep walking?
Yeah, perfect. Like like over on the right or something.
Because I can only go like 100 feet before I like fall apart. But like.
Yep.
Okay, that's okay.
And Mentala like turns off his light and like pops out of his little spot, like up onto like Red like opposite shoulder to the direction that our friend is in. And then I'm gonna like probably just go up and then like attempt to stealth like behind this guy, or like just near him and like watch him and see if he like walks away like down an alley or something.
Perfect. Make me a stealth check.
Stealth. Bloop. 23.
Okay. With that, you hear the rest of the conversation of him giving him the information exactly where this dungeon is. The new gnomish adventurer start trotting away. So he starts walking back in.
Actually, I want to go after the gnomish adventurer first.
Okay. So
I'm
they
gonna wait
separate.
till they've separated, and then I'm just gonna like get close to that guy, and then from like some stealth position somewhere be like, "Hey you, don't look. That guy's trying to swindle you.
What?
He wants you to die down there. Well, he wants you to get stuff back, but he doesn't care if you die down there. It's a bad idea. Don't do it."
So I know weird stuff would start happening outside the walls, but I didn't know it would start happening before I left them. God?
It's not God. I'm just a guy, but like, just don't do it. It's dangerous.
Roll me persuasion. Or diplomacy.
Bloop. Oh, 8. Ooh,
So,
rolled a 3.
I get that it's dangerous. And I get that that guy's kind of weird. Like, I really need this money. I don't want to live on the outskirts anymore. Goblins come in sometimes. So, I'm just gonna... Like, you aren't gonna hurt me if I keep going, right? Like...
No, I was just trying to warn you, but like, okay, if you get out there and you get what he's looking for and you bring it back, like, sell it to somebody else, because he's gonna, like, take half of the money anyway.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Cool.
Best of luck. Don't say I didn't warn you. You never saw me or heard me
I
buy.
can sell to? Because he's like my only contact. He kind of found me in a bar.
Maybe ask Kate Halbin.
Oh, okay. Where, who? Who is that?
He's in the observatory. He's a good guy. He's a wizard. He knows everyone.
Okay. Is that like allowed? Can I do that? Can I just like walk up to him?
Well, like, knock, you know?
Okay.
Anyway, bye. And just
Bye,
disappear.
God.
And then I'm gonna go
He,
follow
like,
the other guy.
Tightens his holster and just kind of like holds his weapon closer as he walks out, a little bit more aware of his surroundings. It's easy enough for you to track the halfling as he's walking away. You see him strolling. He pulls out a little pocket watch and starts spinning it around. He turns down an alleyway. Have another drink, my dark-eyed beauty. He starts singing to himself as he's walking through.
I'm gonna follow him in, probably like above somewhere.
These
And-
suckers don't know what I got. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Gonna get some easy money. He goes and dips around another corner.
Contemplating the fun to be had here.
So it's a basic alleyway. You got trash cans. You got the stairwells going up to the tops of buildings. On the far side, you do see the back entrance to that one gem store that he took you to, where he had like the grift with the worker there. And you might be returning to that shop.
Okay. I'm gonna do a mage hand.
Okay.
I'm gonna be above him, and then I'm gonna have a mage hand tap him on the back, and then I'm gonna drop down. When he flips around, I'm gonna drop down behind him.
Okay. Roll me stealth again. Since you're doing an action, then re-stealthing.
It's fair. 31.
Turns around.
Even more stealthy.
Hey, what's going on?
And then, like, just from right behind his head, he hears, like, "You're in trouble."
Turns around. Who's there?
I think I'm there in front of him. There's just like some little. He's never seen this thing before. There's some tiny little sprite thing that's just standing in the air in front of him, and he doesn't recognize the sight or sound of.
Ooh, roll intimidation with a +5 for like the really high stealth roll for getting him alone, waiting for the right opportunity.
That'll be
So
25 then.
in total. You just hear this. Jesus! What the? As he jumps back.
You've been making enemies.
Hey, look, pal. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what I did to you.
You've been sending people out there to their deaths, and if they even come back, you've been cutting them bad deals. You do that long enough, you start to attract the attention of powerful beings.
Are you a powerful being? Did I piss you off? Like, I'm sorry for everything that I did. You know, those people were probably going to go out and get dead anyway, or they're going to live useless lives here. So I thought I'll give a purpose or something like that. Maybe they could help me pay rent or something, you know, just saying.
Well, why don't you let them decide what they do with their lives?
That's totally okay. Totally fine. Yes, sir.
I'm like,
ma'am.
I'm walking forward, like on the air towards him. Like I have
taking,
wings, but they're down.
The closer you get, the more he steps back until you're like as close as you need to be. He like backs his back hits a wall. He's like, hey, it's okay.
Just know, there are creatures you don't want to mess with watching you. And if you
Like-
keep causing trouble, and getting people killed,
Yeah.
and stealing from them,
Okay.
I'll do worse than give you a little bit of a scare. Consider yourself lucky I decided to give you a warning.
Are you gonna kill me?
Not today.
Okay. Do you want my wallet? Like, I can just. You see him just get like.
And I just jump up.
Just you disappear out of his view. You're fast enough. He's just like.
Yep,
just
and he jump, double jump, like just repeatedly with the shoes and like just off into like nowhere, just
off
over
into
a
the
roof.
ether. You go out of view, and he just panics. You should this as he like sprints away.
And then like around a corner somewhere, Red just is waiting, and then I just hop down to his level.
Hey, man.
Okay, I'm good.
It went well?
Yep. He should stay out of
Cool.
trouble, and if he doesn't, and we find out, then I can definitely cause him more trouble.
Oh, you're such a nice guy helping him like that.
And I like hop onto him, and I like scramble back into my little nook, and I turn the light back on, and we carry on.
So, where to?
As you guys start walking away.
We gotta find someone who buys gems, because the other guy was he was part of the whole thing. So we'll find someone else.
Yeah, okay. We could take a stroll looking for stuff like that. I'm here for it.
You guys are walking around downtown, and you find a new jewelry store on the farther side of town, a bit more upscale, a bit nicer, called the Opalite. And as you just like go in, like a nice little bell goes off, and there is a what do we want to make them? I'm gonna go with like an elven woman, like elder, with like streaks of white inside of black hair, very dark black, very bright white. In the back, just kind of reading a book with just cases of gems and everything everywhere, with like different wands on the back wall. Oh, hi. How are you doing today?
We're looking to trade for some gems, and like hold up the hall.
Okay, yeah, for sure. What kind do you have? She kind of like asks you to take it out. Like, I'd love to see what you got. Go ahead and roll me a d20, just a random d20. Whatever you get,
Right.
we multiply it by 10 for the amount of gold.
7.
So you take out 70 gold worth of like sapphires, garnets, emeralds, like a smaller diamond that's worth about 10 gold in and of itself. And then about, roll me another.
Oop. 19.
You pull out this pouch of this really fine powder, but along with a couple of, like, you find like 2 health potions that are in there that if you would like to keep, you can, just because you rolled well enough to get it.
I'll keep those.
Yeah. And it's this fine diamond dust powder. It's like, that is, whoa. Okay. Just to let you know, I want to be totally upfront with everything here. Okay. I could probably sell that for about 250 gold for the pouch itself. What is your standard findings fee? And you hear in your head,
Do we have one?
And I was like, no, we just kind of winged it before.
So, like, what do we think we should go for? Like 50%? Like what we, like 50 of what we assumed? Do we want to go for like 60?
No, we're pushing more than. Wait, we're the ones who got the stuff. We should do more than
Yeah, of course.
50. Let's ask for 200. Let's try 200.
Oh yeah, sure. 200.
oh, yeah, of course. That's incredibly reasonable. You sure you don't want like 210, 215? I know this is the first time you might be wanting to try like ingratiate yourself to me, but like a 40 gold overhead is really nice for something of this caliber.
I
Completely
was like,
opposite.
man, we were really being swindled by that last guy. This is our
Yeah.
like concept of a fair deal is completely out of whack.
I like this lady.
We've lost so much gold.
I could have had a bed. Aw.
It's okay. It's a new chapter.
Yeah.
Fair deals.
Fair deals. Let's take her for all she's worth.
No, I like this one. Let's do 200. Let's
Oh,
leave it
okay,
at that.
okay,
They were being nice,
okay.
so let's not, you know.
Yeah, no, sorry. Old habits.
So I would say I can give you 70 for the gems and then 225.
70 and 200.
270 it
For
is.
your kindness. And this is all like when I'm saying it and then Red's saying it.
For your kindness.
Exactly. So then she tabs everything up. By the way, the name is Penelope. If you ever need anything, just let me know. Where did you find these, by the way?
We find them in old ruins.
You go out beyond the
From-
walls?
Yeah, stuff from the tear.
Oh my
Untouched.
God, let me know when you do that. If you're going out, I got supplies. I outfit people all the time for that. I gotta, hold on. And she brings back like a full-on adventurer's pack that has like a bed, mining picks, pitons, ball bearings, caltrops, lanterns, like a full-on kit, like of everything that you've had to like purchase yourself, get secondhand. Of like, if you're going out beyond the walls, it's like standard affair. Like you don't even have, oh my God. Are you new? Are you new to town?
We were doing a different thing before, but this seems like the beginning of an excellent business partnership.
I think so too. Pleasure to meet you,
Mentala.
Mentala. As we pull back from that, go out to the clouds. We have, between Azuka and Kyoko, who wants to go next?
You can go with Azuka.
Okay.
Okay.
Camera flies back in on the diner. Ding, 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 as a purveyor comes through. Two cops make their way into
Oh.
the diner. Walk up to the front. Hey, Nala, how you doing? Hey, do you mind if I get a cup of coffee at the normal booth? She goes, oh yeah, sure, I'll see you right there. No problems. They go and sit down. Your mom, like, hey, would you mind taking it over to them?
Yeah, got it. And we'll grab the coffees and hurry on over, greeting other people in the diner as they go by and set down the coffees. Would you like anything else with that?
You know what? I've been missing some of your mom's French toast. I haven't had it in a while. You know, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
How about
you
you?
been? I haven't seen you in a while.
I've been good. Went on a bit of a cross country journey, but just getting back a couple of days ago. Yeah. It was a lot, but I'm just happy to be back. Honestly, got to see a lot of cool things, but nothing beats home.
Yeah. Jeez, kid. That's awesome. You know what? I should stop calling you kid. You seem to have like gained like a couple inches of height. You're beefing up too.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm not past the whole growth spurt stage. I'm hoping I've reached the end of it though.
Hey, be careful, because you stop growing up or you stop growing out. You know what I mean? As he like leans back and starts patting his belly.
Yeah, no, I think at the very least, to me, it's a sign of comfort, and I'm not honestly against comfort right now. So either or, I don't really mind.
No kidding. But hey, you're gonna have to tell me stories about what you saw out there, okay?
Yeah, no, we'll do. When it's a bit more less busy here.
Yeah, of course. Sorry
French
to
toast,
take your
right?
time.
No, don't to apologize. And I'll turn to the other cock and be like, do you want anything? French toast as well?
I'll take a Denver omelet, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem. And I'll zip over to the kitchen and call over the order of French toast. And what was the other one? Something
Denver
almond?
omelet.
Denver omelet, and shout it over to.
I mean, it's a Denver omelet, so I assume it's an American thing, but it's a very like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. meat, sometimes onions and peppers, that kind of stuff. Go to the back, roll me for food as Greggles in the back was like, "Hey, Miss Azuka, if you got any spare time, would you help me with this?"
Yeah, I got you. I hope I got you. Let's see the roll. Nope. And that one. I am going to use a hero point. This is my first breakfast roll back at home. I'm using my hero point.
Pick off the episode on a breakfast roll. I'm here for it.
Hey, this worked last time, so let's summon it. It's going to be a 20.
As far as Azuka's aware, he's never going to need to exert himself beyond cooking breakfast for people anymore. So it makes sense to him.
I feel there's going to be a moment
23.
in like 2 hours where we're like, oh God, if only we hadn't.
We use everybody's except for the one. We need it, yeah.
As you're going to the back to like help out with Greggles, he's, dipping the French toast, throwing it on, flipping another 2. His body like disengages at the top as his 2 lower arms start to spin around to go and grab something from behind him to get a piece. And as that's happening, it almost hits you, but you like matrix dodge in the back, and then as the other hand is coming, you jump up off the ground and like spin mid-air to have it dodge beneath you. And he goes, "Oh, sorry there, but that was impressive." And then he goes back to cooking.
I think the thing is, they kind of do very impressive gymnastics around each other anyway. I think definitely that this is the most impressive one. I think because of his new build, but there is definitely like normal cases of barely being able to squeeze by, so have to do very weird stuff to get around each other. And he kind of like lands and goes, "Yeah, I'm feeling a bit more spry than usual," as he goes over to make the omelet and help out with that.
Some people even come to the Sunset Diner just to like have coffee and peek through the back to see like the almost dance that you and Greggles get into when you're really in the zone of cooking together. Like you're like, he's just duck, and you just move your head down as a hand comes over with a plate. You're moving the eggs and adding stuff in and getting all the seasonings right, and just have this very nice moment. Another ding happens. Big plate of food comes out for an order of a family that's in a corner, and you have to carry the whole thing out. Roll me a dexterity check as you are walking out.
It's the one where you like basically have like 12 plates on your arm.
Yep.
Yeah. 14.
As someone who was a server, there is a high mixture of strength and dexterity that goes into this.
Yeah.
With a 14, as you're going out the door, you focus so much on dodging that you forget to call like the corner as you're going through, and Nala starts pushing open the door as you're coming through, and you get like pinged and all the plates start to fall. I need you to do a reflex save.
Reflex. Okay. 29.
As that happens, a plate falls off and you like spin, bend down at the knees, catch the omelet back on the plate and come back up. And your mom's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
No, that was my bad. I didn't call the corner. And I'll just zip by her as well to get to deliver the food.
So you get plates go out. That was impressive what you did back there.
Honestly, just part of the job.
Yeah, I mean, it seems. Good. Have you thought about doing something other than like just cooking? A person of your stature with, like the genes from your parents alone. I mean, God, probably a mean right hook.
My mum has taught me a good amount of boxing, specifically kickboxing. So I don't know how great my right hook is, but my overhead kicks are pretty good. But no, I've not really thought about anything else other than cooking, because honestly, I think this is my thing.
Okay. Hand out. They enjoy their meal. Kind of get back into the rhythm of serving. Anything you'd like to do? In conversation?
I think today I haven't had time to meditate. I think just with the nature of diners, they're often open a lot earlier, and I think having gone on this cross-country journey with my friends, I haven't really had to stick to the 9 to 5 and fit my meditation in there. So I think at some point, maybe after that, the lunch rush, when it seems like it is calming down a little bit and I can step away for a bit, I'm gonna like quickly go over to Chi and Nala and just be like, I'm just gonna dip away for my lunch break real quick, because if that's okay, it looks like things are quieting down.
that's totally fine. Go for it.
Okay, awesome. And I'll kiss them both on the forehead and go to my room.
'Cause you
my
do have
bedroom.
that like that new shift of height over them, and it's just like
Yeah.
now you're looking down at your mother's, just like. Interesting.
I think he doesn't even think twice about it, but his parents definitely are like, he's grown. They've definitely grown. As he pecks him on the forehead and will dip up to their bedroom.
So you
And
dip up to the bedroom.
they will they'll close the door behind them and I think even close the curtains as they sit cross-legged on their bed and taking deep breaths to kind of regulate his heartbeat, his breathing, and then close his eyes and then begin to meditate and reach into that space that the Duke resides in.
As you sit and calm yourself, you listen to the echoing sounds of plates and clatter, silverware being thrown into a washer, taken out, wrapped, people walking through the doors, orders being called, the gears of Greggles whirring. And it all starts to fade away, and fade away, and fade away until nothing is left. And then this white light appears, and you are back in that negative white space of this area. And a door is in front of you to the throne room.
And with much more, I guess, familiarity than at least the audience have witnessed before, almost like this is just an extension of his home to him at this point, he walks towards this door and knocks first, of course.
Come in. As the door opens up magically.
And he'll step in and close the doors behind him.
You take a step in and you've taken maybe 2 or 3 steps and you're already in a possibly far distance into the throne room as you look back and there's maybe like 100 feet of carpet back towards the doors and you are right up at the throne with Belial sitting there, just kind of draped over the throne on one arm, just hello, hello.
Hello. Anyway, I can sit. Don't need a throne as well, but I would like to rest my figurative legs. Still not entirely sure what this space is about.
He raises his hand and a sofa just appears out of the ground.
And he'll just very casually kind of lounge in it as well. Kay's been working on, you probably already know, but might as well talk about it. Kay's been working on a way to separate us.
Yes. By using that same crystal, it was tearing the soul from my friend. Well, friend.
Yeah. I'm not going to ask about the relationships you have amongst the devils. It seems a bit much for me.
It's fairly straightforward, actually. I'm stronger than him, therefore he is loyal to me.
Are all relationships like that down in hell?
Mainly, status is everything.
Sounds kind of lonely to me.
You can be as lonely as you choose to be.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask honestly, how do you feel about that? I don't feel any intense feelings of excitement coming off of you. At least not when Kata originally mentioned that.
His posture shifts drastically as he kind of goes from that lounging position, sitting straight forward, hands on the knees, puts the thumbs under the chin and looks forward.
Don't get me wrong, I love this little vacation home that I have here. It's astounding. Property value is going way up. I'm worried. It's an unrefined process. It's a tear, not a separation. You rip the soul from a thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Cade would do it if he isn't sure it'll be safe. At least I hope he wouldn't.
It'd be fine for you. I would be the thing being torn.
Oh. Okay.
The opal, that he took. It's a very specific thing from a very specific place. It only affects devils, so you would be fine.
Yeah. And Azuka also like leans forward. I mean, part of my promise was that I wouldn't knowingly let any harm come to you. I would figure this out. So I guess I can speak to Cade and see if he can put more care into how he goes about this.
Refine the process a little.
Yeah. To be frank, he probably isn't thinking about your comfort or safety right now.
That man has never seen eye to eye with me on many occasions.
When he says that, Azuka kind of looks at him in surprise. Have you
Why?
spoken with Cade before? Like interacted? I mean, beyond him just knowing that you were within me, has there been more?
Oh. On a few occasions when I was, well, taking control, when I was in the pilot's seat. Hasn't happened in a while. And he would lock me in that cage in his tower. I'd talk when I could. He was the only person I could talk to at the time. But he would never give you up to me. No matter what deal I threw his way. Gotta say, I respect it. Hate him. Drastically hate him. But I respect it.
Yeah. Let's play another game of chess. We haven't played that in a while.
Works for me. Actually, I have this other game that I had played before.
And instead of the chess set coming up, it's a mahjong table.
All right, so I was taught this specific thing.
And it just
Okay.
teaches you the game. You guys are going through.
So, we could be close to the end of this. Me going back to my place, and you staying here.
Honestly, could not happen sooner. Am I allowed to move this piece here, or I'm still trying to
No,
fix
that
it. I can
doesn't
move
move that way.
No.
You have to put it over next to this other one. Causes the
Okay.
issue.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I could be tired of this too.
Quick question. It has been a thing I've been thinking about for a bit now, since the whole Bone Devil Mafia thing went down a couple of days ago. They weren't actually Nazis. So I don't know the law of things.
To be honest, I wanted them dead too. So we just let him believe what he needed to. He'll get obliterated once he goes to hell, but God, was it satisfying to watch. Oh yeah, that entirely breaks the treaty. He's gonna be poof. Nothing.
Oh. I'm not sure how to feel about that. As Azuka moves another piece.
He shifts a piece over.
You caring about the fate of some random devil?
I mean, yes. As far as I'm aware, they hadn't done anything wrong.
You don't know the history of that bone devil.
Well, no. I don't. I don't know. I think seems a rough way to go.
It is. Your soul torn apart to 1,000 pieces and scattered to the ether.
Yeah. Sounds worse when you put it that way, actually, yeah.
It is what it is. He broke the rules. He has to pay the price.
Yeah, but he didn't know he was breaking the rules. I guess that's my hang up.
I could have stopped him. Technically, his death is on my hands, but I want one of those guys dead. Don't think that
Politics
he
of
was
devils.
some saint devil, tortured soul, bound in the catacombs to force power upon the humans who had betrayed him. That thing, to become where he is, started out like you. And twisted and formed in the fires of hell for thousands of years, killing, maiming, betraying. Just because a bad deed is not done in your eyesight does not remove the bad deed from existence.
Yes, so. Yeah. I guess so.
Do you feel a personal attack or a personal hit of some sort for its demise?
I don't think I'll just ever really get used to killing or allowing death. Where I can reasonably avoid it. Of course, there's some situations where it just isn't possible, and I shouldn't hold that against myself. But even in those situations, it doesn't feel good. So I guess I'm just... You're the only real person I can actually talk to this about, because if I mention it to my parents, they'll probably freak out with all of the stuff that I've seen or had to deal with. I just don't want to put that on them. Yeah, and others have already done enough to look after me. Don't want to burden them with this either.
Life and death, Azuka, is an inevitability. You can either greet it with arms open or fight against it, struggle, run away. But in the end, it'll always be there. It's part of nature. Things die. Things are born and get sick. Things are born strong, run fast, hunted. Life is cut short all around us. Why do you feel so special that you should have the effect to alter that for others, or that if it's coming from you, it is somehow different? Nothing against you. I'm just curious of your thoughts.
No, I didn't take that as anything against me or in spite at all. I think it's I guess a valid question, but I think for me it isn't a case of feeling special. I don't think I am, honestly. All I'm really good at is, and I kind of gesture to like a general outside. Like my space is the delicious sunrise, or at the very least serving and cooking food for people. That's where I'm comfortable with and good at. And I think maybe that's why I feel that unnecessary death hurts to watch, because I'm not used to it. And if I can do anything to prevent it, even if it just means pushing it back a couple of hours, I don't know. I feel like I should do what I can to do that. And if I'd known what would have been the fate of your bone devil friend, I probably would have.
Oh, it's cute. Calling him a friend. Continue, please.
Did the quotation. And again, he'll move another piece on the board. I think as he's like getting the general gist of it, but nowhere near as good as he was with chess or any other game, really. Yeah, I don't think I'm special. I think is the main
Azuka.
thing.
You have the will to resist the being taken over the possession of an archdevil of hell, the first created of Asmodeus. And you think yourself not special.
Yes. I can do cool things I'd rather not have had to deal with in the first place, like have to maintain my will against an archdevil, but I don't think that makes me any better than anyone else. It makes me better at this one thing than anyone else, apparently, but not me. I'm not better than anyone else.
You need a higher opinion of yourself. You put yourself beneath others without even knowing them.
No, that's not actually. I'm not putting myself beneath anyone. I'm putting myself on the same level as everyone. I think we're all unique, but no one's better. I'm different. I'm definitely different, but it doesn't make me better than anyone.
Better is a frame of perception. Overall, everybody has the potential to be the same. But people are faster than others. People are smarter than others. We all have the same potential at the moment of creation, but then circumstance applies. You get bonuses. You get detriments. And it's what you do with your circumstances that separates you. You, abandoned at birth, left to be a vessel for something that you couldn't hope to contain, were able to maintain the will and leave some semblance of a normal life. That is extraordinary. Makes you one of the good ones.
I guess so. I'm impressive.
Very.
And I'm not ashamed or afraid to admit that. But like you said, it is all thanks to the very random things that happened in my life.
Does that scare you? The randomness?
No. Honestly, I honestly take quite a bit of comfort in that it is more random than anything else. I've always felt. And I think when he says this, he kind of thinks about Kyoko. And he says, I always never really understood the trust in a thing like fate. The idea of it being random, for me anyway, feels much more comforting.
Fate is interesting, tricky, fickle. If you know it, it's changed already. Because by understanding it and knowing it, you're going to have a different result. I would not put too much stock in fate. It is easily altered.
Yeah, no, don't worry. Like I said, not really a fan of fate anyway, so won't be putting stock in that.
Are you doing okay?
What do you mean?
These are big
At
questions.
Mahjong, I think I'm doing okay.
You're doing okay. These are heavy questions, is all I'm saying. a lot for somebody to take in. You now have the opportunity of altering your life permanently to get what your perceived perfect existence would be at the ridding of me, the lack thereof adventure in your future. Just a person at a diner, slinging sausage and French toast and bacon.
Sounds like a life well lived, to be honest.
There's no crisis in your head of all this power finally gone. What if I leave and an army of trolls comes and threatens your family?
Then I'll do my best to defend them without the fear of losing control and being the danger my family needs to run from next.
Interesting. You are so different than us.
The other devils?
Oh, yeah. See, the thing about devils, they're ruled by fear. They hoard power because they fear the other devils. They'll keep a spear locked up next to them just in case someone comes to try to take it from them. If there is a gem somewhere in some way that might kill them, they'll find it and hoard it, but they keep it nearby, but it's always there. They fear one another, so they lash out. Because for us, if we die there, we're gone. That's it. Up here, if we die, we go home. Down there, when our brothers decide to kill us, it's permanent. So the entire hierarchy is built on subjugation and fear to try to guarantee the continuation of oneself. But you would willingly give up power, knowing that a threat looms around every corner and beyond every wall in this world.
If I can, I know this is not my space anymore, this specific section isn't, but I would like to, if I can, manifest almost like a window that we can look through to see my mum's working in the diner.
Roll a will check. Let's see how this goes.
16.
With a 16, you look over at the wall that gets closer to you, and you see this window start to form through, and you get this kind of cocked eye from Belial, who turns and waves his hand, and the window appears, letting you.
Thanks. And I would just like kind of point out to the window and the vision that you see of my parents just busying themselves around the diner, having conversation with customers, making food. You see like other customers, probably strangers to the Duke, to Belial, but people that Azuka and Nala and Chi-Chi all know because they're frequent customers, and kind of point to them and say, I mean, a lot of people don't have ridiculous power that can only be fathomed by the devils down below, and they're living pretty happy lives. Maybe that's just a thing mortals have. They've never had an option or much of an option to die and come back, unlike the devils, so they make do with what they can and found happiness in it. And I kind of gestures to his parents. I want to find happiness like that.
Happiness and purpose with another upon yourself. Comfort in this world.
Yeah.
Just know they live in comfort because those in power provide safety. It is an unfortunate realization. But if you're willing to live that life, it's not one that I had any opportunity to choose.
That's why I don't really envy you and realize my privilege in being able to choose.
Yes, it is.
He gets a kind of solemn look on his face.
I think I'm done for today.
Yeah, no, sounds good. I think the lunch break is coming to an end anyway, and the dinner rush might be starting in a couple of hours, so I'm gonna prepare some stuff.
Sounds good. You fade out from the white space, go down and start taking care of the diner. As you walk in, you greet. Anything you want to do before we transition?
No, I just go right back into step with everyone, serving and cooking.
The camera pans away, shoots out across town, skirts across the ground as a couple of tails comes into view as the camera pans up and sees Kyoko. Are you at your fortune-telling shop? Are you out and about around town? Where is Kyoko right now?
I think that she's. What time of day is this?
You'll be getting later in the day.
Okay.
Wow.
Then, yeah, she would be at her fortune-telling shop then. You see her behind, there's like this beaded curtain area, and behind it there's a round table with a skull, a crystal skull. And she's grabbing a few, what looks like bottles and a book off a shelf.
Mm-hmm. As that happens, you hear a ding, 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 ding. As a customer comes in.
Opens a drawer and slides them in and closes the drawer. Does she get any, like, feeling before she turns around to look to see who's out there?
Nothing of any consequence.
Okay. She will go through the beaded curtain. You hear, like, the jingling of the beads as she looks out to see who has come through her door.
Oh, hi. My name is Mr. Jenkins, and I've been told to come here to ask questions about my business.
Well, darling, what is it that you're looking for in regards to your business?
So I run a photography studio, and I want to take photos of families and help out with people's for memories. Just, I was told you give good advice on where to be and what to do, or certain advice.
Well, I don't know if my advice is good, but I can certainly give you some.
Oh, that would be splendid. Just before I make this sort of investment and lifestyle change, I would like to have a little bit more insight.
All right, then. Why don't you come on back here? And she'll open kind of a little area that allows them to come through the back room and through the beads.
Follows on through.
Makes her way in. Well, have a seat, darling.
Oh, yes, of course. So what do I do?
Well, Mr. Jenkins, it kind of depends on what you're looking for. You said you have a question, or what is it that you're looking for exactly? Just advice in general about your photography shop?
So I am looking for a lifestyle change, and I was hoping to get into photography. And,
What is it that you do right now?
Well, I sell suits.
Do you not enjoy selling suits?
It's a little monotonous.
Mm-hmm.
Day in, day out, size a person, make a suit.
What is it about photography that makes you so interested in changing your lifestyle?
Oh, it's the capturing of the beauty of people, the loveliness of families together. So when the times are hard, you can look back at good moments, creating a lasting alteration to somebody's life. I like to have that.
I always found it interesting how y'all like your photography. I suppose it's similar to paintings.
Yes. Very fast paintings.
Well then, what is your question?
I would just like to know that I do succeed with my dream.
You get him he gets a little nervous and starts like wringing the bottom of his tie.
All right.
It's a big change.
She kind of takes a cloth off of the crystal ball that's in the center of the table and pulls it off, and you can see the crystal itself is not super shiny, but inside is like some kind of like purple mist moving around in it. And she just says, well, why don't you put your hands on this crystal skull here, right on top of the head?
Oh, okay. It's been cleaned since it was taken from the body.
Well, it's made out of crystals, so there's no body that it's part of.
Look, this is a weird world now. I don't ask questions.
It is true, there are probably crystalline creatures.
Mm-hmm.
But don't worry, this didn't come from any creature.
You see, there used to be no people with tails, and now there are, so things change.
Well, I've had
But it
tails
kinda-
my entire life, so I don't know what it's like to not have them.
Oh. It's kind of hard to describe, really.
And takes his
Probably
hands.
easier to move around. I often hit things with mine. Well, at least I did when I was younger.
It's probably a learning curve.
It is. Now close your eyes and think about what you want your future to be.
Closes his eyes, takes a deep breath. You seem like actively thinking,
And don't think
trying
too
to hold on
hard.
to a thought.
Just try to enjoy it. Now I'm going to put my hands on top of yours. And Kyoko will sit down and her tails kind of like come out around her, and she puts her hands lightly on top of theirs, and she stares into the crystal skull, into the eye sockets.
Roll me fortune telling.
27.
Y'all and your rolls. What are you looking for?
I think precisely what he's asking, like looking to the future. Does he become a photographer? Is he successful? Is it a struggling life? Is it a happy life? Does he seem content? Is it one of those things where the grass is not greener on the other side? Like, what is his emotions? Like, how is he feeling after this change, or does it not happen at all?
You go to peer into the future, and you see him opening up this little corner photography studio, big grand opening sign. A couple people come in. He seems a little downtrodden, but then one family comes in, really loves it, goes out. They get 2 families to come get theirs done. They leave, then they bring 4, then they leave, then 7, and eventually it becomes a regular business. It becomes a part of the town. But you look in and you see him happy and smiling. You see him successful in his venture. And then there's this static, almost. This, like, you blink and it's a different place altogether. You blink and the building's gone. You blink and it's back and it's people laughing and smiling. You blink and there's fire everywhere. You blink and it's back. You're lost in this. You blink and the fires are erupting through, blowing out the building. You blink and it's back and there's people in the streets. You blink and everything's gone. Giant explosion. Wiped buildings off the map. Barely any infrastructure left. You blink and it's back to the city, and you see him happy.
Kyoko has like some tears that come down her eyes, and she quickly removes them and lifts her hands. She removes them with her tail, and then she lifts her hands from the gentleman. Well, Mr. Jenkins, you can lift your hands up and open your eyes.
Oh, yes.
I think this photography adventure is going to be a hard one. It won't be easy, but you'll find success if you stick to it and hold on to the reason why you started to begin with.
Thank you. This brings me much comfort.
I'm glad it does.
Things are looking up from here.
I'm happy for you.
Oh, if you ever need a photo, I can for sure take it for you. We could hang it in the front window so
I
people
might
don't
take
get...
you up on that offer. Once you get
Perfect.
yourself set up, you'll have to
Lovely.
stop on by.
Should be set up in a week or so. It would be lovely to have you there.
I'll be there.
Pays you 5 gold for your time. Ends up leaving.
Kyoko kind of looks around and waits for a moment. And as she sees that no one else is coming, she goes back to the drawer in the back room and reopens it, pulls out the book and the potion.
Mm-hmm.
She opens the book, and it like immediately opens to a page with a bookmark that's there. And she sets the potion on the table. And in the book, she starts reading off words, but they're in like another language. And then she chugs the drink. She chugs it. And she's hoping to learn more about her own fate.
Ooh. Roll fortune telling.
$19.
With a 19, trying to force yourself to see something of yourself, which previously has never worked. Because the one person's fate you can't see is your own. Because every decision you make and see during the vision alters everything that's going to happen. Every choice you make is constantly being changed by the vision that is currently in front of you. So when it happens, it's just moving so fast. It's hard to see anything because every image you see, it's okay. Well, I know this is going to happen. So, okay, that happens. And it's this shock constantly of an altered timeline. You see flashes of existences where you never left your homeland. You see flashes of existences where you never went on this trip across the country. You see flashes of a future of LA, of full magical technology, thriving in a new society. You see it in ruins. You see every potential possibility. Is there anything specific that you're looking for?
I don't think she is, not in this case. Maybe like an inkling in her heart is wondering if she'll see her family again.
When you try to hone in on that, it's bouncing around constantly. The village is there, the village is not. The village is thriving, the village is not. The village is there, but there's no people. There's people there, but no village. There's people dying of disease. There's people dead on the ground. There's all of these things happening simultaneously. Trying to figure out what's happening and what causes any of this is so distracting, so hard to focus on.
I think she opens her eyes and looks at the empty bottle, picks it up, and just says, I didn't think that would work. You really don't want me to know, do you? I suppose the fire's something you want me to deal with then. Perhaps there's still more for me to do here before I figure out what's in store for me. She puts the empty bottle back on the shelf, turns the page of the book. It's kind of like 70-80% there. Like she's gone through almost every page. Like she's trying every single thing that's in this book.
Mm-hmm.
She flips it to the next page, puts the bookmark back, closes it, puts it in the shelf. I'll have to try you another time. And she stands up and she is going to head out to find Kate, actually, I think. She will go to the door, switch the open close sign to closed, and lock the door.
Mm-hmm. You make your way to the Griffith Observatory. You're standing now outside the front door.
Here we are again. She looks to see if there's a way to knock, ring the doorbell. I think last time we just walked in, so I don't know.
You can knock.
Yeah, she will knock.
Boom, boom, boom. The echoes ring out. And after a little bit, the door opens and, oh, hey, Kyoko. What are you doing here?
I'm looking for you.
What could I help you with?
Well, that I'm not sure quite yet. But seems if anyone's gonna help me, it might be you. And perhaps that's why fate has, well, put you in my path.
I'll do what I can, of course.
Mind if I come in?
Yes. Would you rather come in? There's a nice view of the city. You can...
Whatever works for you.
I'm just working away downstairs. If you don't mind if I work while we talk.
That's fine by me. What is it that you're working on exactly?
I'm trying to, stabilize the dimensional energy that's refracting out of the emerald. It's interesting.
In what way?
It's dimensional energy refracting out of the inside of an emerald. That's interesting.
I see.
I mean, it is to me. I
it.
understand that different people have different interests in life, and let me show you.
All right.
Goes downstairs, goes into the back section of his laboratory, and on these, it's almost like a beaker, but there's a thing in chemistry that holds up specific dials and vials and everything, and it has these iron prongs that are going up, holding in this emerald into this little circular housing that he has going. And he goes like this, and he takes his hand and kind of moves it around a little bit, and this arcane energy starts flowing into it. As you see, it goes in. When it touches the emerald, it gets spiraled into the center and fractals out into this little sigil that is inside, maintained within the emerald.
I believe you're talking about clamp stands.
Yeah. And so this can obviously house and alter arcane influences into dimensional energy, planar forces. But these specific sigils, they're more of like the barriers
Do I
between
recognize the
dimensions. Like,
sigils?
roll me an Arcana check.
Would it be
see
something
if
that
you've seen it
maybe
somewhere before.
occultism would assist with, or only Arcana?
Roll me Arcana, and 1 second, I have to let somebody back in the house who might have just
Okay.
locked themselves out.
Nope. 4. I'm not good at Arcana. So I was like, is that the only way to know?
Apparently, Cade locked himself out of the lab while you're rolling.
Yeah. Yeah. With all of that magic he knows, you'd think he'd remember the spell knock, but
No.
I'm so sorry for that.
It was not good for. I'm not good at Arcana, so I was wondering if
No.
anything occultism. If I'd have
It's something
seen
that-
those symbols in another way.
This is a very magic, arcane heavy scenario. It's not something that deals with any sort of divine inspiration.
Mhm.
The only time I've seen these symbols before is on structures in a Rowan that measured ambient ley line energy. It's the planets. Every planet has its own flow of energy, ley lines that sprawl across it, bringing life and energy to many different things. The manipulation of that in the ambient nature of that causes the weave to generate to be stronger in certain areas than others. So certain towers, many wizards in Rowan would place their towers along ley line nexus points where two cross over each other, just to allow for more magical events to occur.
That makes sense.
So it's something that something about this emerald is harnessing ley line energy or converting it thereof.
Well, in my
But that's-
vision, I saw a whole bunch of those. It was like they were excavating a bunch of them, and this was the biggest one.
Where was that? Do you know? Specifically this emerald.
Did I know where? I don't think I got where it was.
So the emerald itself, if you had seen it in the museum, was from a specific region of Colombia where there was a big United States mining effort in that area for an emerald mine for a specific business.
Okay. I will share that information with Cade.
That's really interesting, actually. And this was before the tear.
I'm not certain the timeline in which this happened.
Do you think you could try again?
Afterwards. I suppose I could. I usually do best if I have an item.
Well, we have the emerald.
Last time I touched the emerald, I used some of its magic. Not on purpose.
It's not a finite amount. You can recharge it by amplifying it. Like I've been able to put my own arcane influence into it, and it actually converts it into this energy. I've never seen it before. But it's interesting because the energy inside is not from Earth, it's from a Rowan. Which is crazy to think of, that somewhere on the other side there is a similar emerald or thing that is somehow leaking that ley line energy into this world. It's probably
But it might be a way
probably
for us to
happening.
get back. I know that that's something the two of us have
Exactly.
talked about before.
If I can tap into whatever causes this, I might be able to open a way back.
Or you might destroy everything that has been created here.
There's a reason I'm trusted with so much. in Los Angeles. I will do my very best to make sure
Well,
that
that's
doesn't
the reason
happen.
why I came here. I was doing a reading for someone. And well, there was a vision of possibly everything being gone. And I thought to myself, who's messing with something that could possibly change and alter the fate of this world? And you came to mind.
I'm honored that you think so highly of me.
I think it's more of what this emerald could do.
It's funny.
And you not knowing everything about it. See, when you mess with technology or magics or occultism or whatever it might be, in my case, time and space and fate, well, sometimes things don't go exactly the way that you planned.
It's funny. It's funny you showing up.
Why
I
so?
was going to try something later. See how much this could take. I thought by converting the type of magic, maybe putting a spell into it, it might alter a specific way. You said it destroyed the city. There was fire? Are you sure it was
I saw a
me?
few different fates. It might not be you at all. But there were fires. There was one timeline where everything was gone. But let me see what I can do. And she will put her hands on the crystal, or the emerald.
Rectangle is a square, square is a rectangle. Yeah.
And we'll see what
Let's see how it
visions she
does.
gets. I think first she'll do a psychometric resonance.
Get a lot of excitement, a lot of hope. It's very strong, very fresh.
I think Cade sees just like this giddy excitement from Kyoko where she's smiling and her tails are a little bit like they're kind of wagging, like, you know, when you get excited.
It's okay. I also get excited when I'm doing research. It's a fun part.
So I think it just makes the energy in this room a little bit more intense. And you want me to fortune tell for this or?
Go for it.
Okay. 24.
Okay. With that, you get the vision of this specific emerald being ripped from the ground and being handled by a person, taken to a crate, and put in the crate with a bunch of other emeralds. It is then shipped a long distance and picked up by somebody on a uniform that you remember because you saw a couple of them in the test Air Force Base area in New York where Chuck had taken you all to get the plane.
The robes, like the cultist robes?
No, these are military uniforms.
Military uniforms, okay.
And it's fully functioning things around you. You see in the background planes flying. You see a bunch of people. This is very pre-tear.
Okay. Pre-tear. It's good to know. Okay. Is that it?
Hands it to a scientist. He goes,
Oh yeah, these will do. Oh, that'll be just nice.
and you see on that person's name tag, roll me a perception check.
Ooh. 29.
This was the one to roll well on. It says the name Halbin.
Does it look like Cade?
Not at all.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Anything else?
seems to be wearing a white coat of some kind, and then the vision fades and you're back in the observatory.
Well, ain't fate the most darndest thing?
Yeah? What'd you see?
Well, it seems Emerald traversed its way all the way to that military base that we got the plane from.
The military?
But that isn't the most interesting part of my vision. It was handed to some kind of scientist or someone in a lab coat, but the name tag said Halbin on it.
One moment. One second. Need to look this up. Did not think we'd be getting to here today. I do not want to get this wrong. Okay. That's interesting.
Wasn't that your name?
Yes, but
They
we
didn't
don't
look
have.
like you, though.
Yes, in my culture, elves don't have last names. So when I came here, people got confused, and so I took one from a research paper. Specifically this one, and he goes and he pulls over a booklet that says Manhattan on it.
Fate does work in mysterious ways, doesn't it? And she
Doesn't it?
takes the paper and she reads it. What does it say?
So there's a lot of physics equations you don't understand.
Yeah, no, that's not Kyoko's forte.
It
I do
talks
know
about-
medicine, but
You see fusion, exothermic, bunch of different. Having medicine, you would understand the Latin bases of terms if you had ever studied anything within New World Tech. So understanding a little bit of that. And one thing comes to mind, you're like looking over something and it says beryllium. He goes, yeah, wait a second. Oh, that makes sense.
what makes sense? Because this does not make any sense to me.
You're military. That is... Okay. In times of war, people make do with what they can. They're not always taking the best of things. You must have known this. During the end of the second major war that happened before the tear, the country this used to be did a big one-shot end against an enemy in the form of a massive bomb. And in here, it says that an activator for that needs beryllium. Do you know how you can get beryllium? Distilling emeralds. They made a bomb of ley line energy. That's why the Throat of Fire is in Japan. Oh my God. And he has this look on him, and he just kind of slumps to the desk, and he's calculating 1,000 different things. Just, I would have nuked the entire city.
Well, I'm glad I stopped by. And Kyoko will just take a deep breath, and I think her emotions have changed from excitement to a little nervous.
So I'm not going to do that.
I would hope not.
I think I should shift more to finding a window instead of a door.
I would agree with that.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
here. This is... Wow.
Just be careful with what you do. You got a lot of knowledge inside that tiny head of yours, but I worry
I think
about,
tiny's relative.
well, to me, I suppose. But it can do a lot of damage.
It's all about how you use it.
It is. I suppose that's the same for me.
He kind of leans back in the chair, just kind of thinking for a second. I'm sorry. Is there anything else I can help you with? Would you like any tea? I can make some tea.
I think I'll be all right, but I appreciate the offer of tea. Normally, I would be completely fine with having some. I do like a cup of tea, but I think I have some other things I need to do.
Of course. Take my car. It'll drive back here on its own when it's done, but it'll be waiting out front for you.
All right.
Take you anywhere you need to go. Thank you. I
You be careful.
can't thank you enough.
Try not to take the whole city down.
I am going to divert my time. Maybe start focusing on that little opal gem that we found in that mansion. And you look over, and inside this glass cylinder up in the corner is this fire opal, the same one that was the crystal that you'd found in the basement of the mansion that was harnessing the power from the Bone Devil. And it's inside this like sealed case that has these little arcs of red electricity coming off of it.
Mind if I... She kind of gestures at the box.
Of course. What would you... I mean, I would highly recommend against touching it, but...
But it's like in a box, right?
Yeah, it's in like this sealed environment.
But I can touch the outside of the box, right?
Yes,
No.
Kyoko, you can touch it.
Mind if I touch the outside of it?
That is perfectly fine. It's safe from
Kyoko
any outside source.
will put her hand on it and try to read the resonance from it first.
Resonance from that would just be anger, pain, hatred, revenge, vengeance. It's demonic energy.
Yeah, that makes sense. And if I can, another fortune tell, see if I feel anything else, see anything else.
Go for it.
Roll for it. 20. It's not terrible.
With a 20, you see a very graphic vision of the devil that this energy came from getting absolutely ripped apart by Asmodeus
Oh,
and being sundered into nothingness.
so Asmodeus put him in this form? It's kind of like the vision I'm getting, or?
Oh, you saw what was happening now.
Oh, currently. Oh.
Yeah. You saw that connecting energy to the thing with a
Kyoko will
20.
quickly like back up, and her hand kind of comes off the thing, and her tail kind of goes down, like almost like she's scared a little bit. And then she tries to recollect herself.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't like being in close proximity with it either.
Well, seems whatever's going on with that thing, they're getting their ass whooped by
Oh.
Asmodeus himself. So
Oh.
I don't know what happened, but
Gonna be honest, it was probably the killing the people that weren't Nazis. Kind of breaks a couple, contracts that they have.
that is true. I was wondering what was going to come from that when Chuck mentioned it.
I'm surprised I believed him.
Is it not true?
Not even in the slightest.
No.
Earls is a
Well.
very convincing person when he needs to be.
I will say I was very much convinced.
Oh, yeah, that was. Whew. Yeah.
I agree. Be careful with that thing. Do you think it will help?
I think if
Azuka?
I can find a way, it has very little residual energy left, but I think if I can find a way to drain it, I might be able to remove the devilish energy from inside of Azuka. Because the Bone Devil was its own source. It was constantly generating its own energy, but there was only a finite amount inside of Azuka. We can take that. Might be able to cure him.
But what happens to Azuka?
Azuka would become normal. Everyday human. No magic, no devil, no voices, no anger
Is that
issues.
what he wants?
It's what he's told me he's wanted for the last 20 some odd years.
I suppose we'll see.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. I think this one might actually work.
All right, then. I'll pay him a visit. Is there anything you need?
Oh, no, I'm perfectly fine. Thank you for the offer.
Well, you be careful in here.
I'll
If
do
you
my
need
very
anything.
best.
You know where to find me as well.
I got some reading to do.
Kyoko nods and she'll make her way out.
All right, you make your way out. There's a car waiting for you. Step inside, completely driverless. Kind of sits there. Where would you like to go?
To the diner.
You say the diner, and it starts driving away. Azuka, here you see a ding, 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 ding. As first, wait, did you go to this diner or did you go to another diner?
That diner. Nah, I went to a different diner. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I went to visit Azuka, yeah.
Mhm.
I went to that diner.
So first, you
I
hear a
fully
ding, ding,
expected
ding.
Chuck to be like, I want to go to a diner. It's a specifically the rival.
That was
of
the
Delicious
initial
Sunrise.
idea. Is it was a different diner, and then Kevin put the seed in my mind.
That would be
I just
funny
asked you if you were
if you
going
went to
there.
a different diner. Like the juxtapose of like Chuck going into a
The
different
two
diner
doors
and
opening.
Kyoko, yeah, going into another
Mhm.
one.
So you hear the ring as Chuck and Percy walk in.
I think there's definitely a moment where Azuka would probably be in the back in the kitchen and has his head down and just would yell like, Nala, another customer's in, finishing off this omelet as he's finishes cooking. I think not looking up to even see Chuck or Percy walk in just yet.
Oh, he'll walk to the corner booth, the one that has plenty of seats and plenty of room.
Excuse me for a moment, sir. As he goes, Percy walks up and kind of like wipes the table down a little bit more and steps off to the side.
Percy, you know you're off duty right now.
Yes, of course, but there was a little bit of syrup residue that I just... Who would I be if not the person who I am?
Have a seat.
Sits down.
Oh,
Sometime, unless Nala does serve them, there'll be some time as Azuka continues finishing with the cooking, hands out some of the like coffee and plates of food, and it will kind of catch sight of I think Percy first, and kind of like look confused, and then kind of step to the side a bit to look around and see Chuck there as well, and just go, "Oh, Chuck, Percy." Okay, oh, hold on. And I again set down another cup of coffee for another customer before going over to the two of them. Hey, we're not going for like another cross country things. I don't want to. It's been like less than a week.
Oh, dear God, no. At least not one I'm joining on.
No, Azuka. I figured I'd pay you back. We'll take one of everything.
Can you make that one of everything and one of your French toast?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Anything special about the one of anything you'd like? French toast will obviously be included in that.
Hand prepared by you would be excellent, but
You wish I didn't ask.
Yes.
Okay.
We have to be able to judge your cooking. I've seen a little bit for myself, but I would love to see the full set.
Of course. And he doesn't even try with other customers who put on the customer service kind of face. He doesn't even try with Chuck. He just gives Chuck the dirtiest glare as he goes behind to the kitchen. It's gonna take at least maybe an hour if you want one of everything to get comfortable.
I plan to.
So might I ask that you might want to request that they bring it out when ready, because if you make something then have it wait for everything to be ready at the same time, might get a little, if something's under a heat lamp for too long, it doesn't really maintain its je ne sais quoi.
I'm pretty sure Azuka knows that.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll bring it out as they're ready. Pretty good with the time management of these kind of things. And very frustrated, given glaring at Chuck the entire time before he disappears behind into the kitchen. He will make one of everything.
There is a vindictive part of you that goes we have 8 different types of pie and 2 different types of I could start real nickel and diming him here.
Yeah, I could definitely. We've got vegan versions of the same dish, so you're gonna make the vegan versions of those as well. Just really,
4
I
different
think
burgers, but one of them's without bacon, with bacon.
Yeah, exactly. I want to roll a will save to see if I even have the patience to do that.
That would take forever. You'd be eating for weeks straight.
Yeah.
Oh
Reddit
yeah,
page
I
that
have the
love.
patience for this. 29 on a will save. I'm vindictive
You
enough
are
for
the
this.
king of will saves. That's just what it is. This is just there's a Reddit called malicious compliance that I just love.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think in the first 10 minutes you get the same burger, but one with cheese, one without cheese, one with bacon, one without bacon, one with cheese and bacon, one without cheese and bacon, and just sets those out in front of you. And it's been each of those are, I think in this time $3 is a good amount, right? I don't know what. He'll be those
2 silver.
2 silver. Those each are 2 silver each. I'll be getting over the ones without the burger meat as well. Just give me a sec. I'll go back.
To be fair, sir,
you said one of everything.
You did ask for one of everything. Variations not included or excluded.
And I come back out again with everything but the burger meat inside the burger, and then everything but the burger buns, and set those down in front of them. And then again, 2 silvers for all of those. He said one of everything. You want French toast? So I'll do some French toast without the butter, with the butter, not actually fried, actually fried. I got you. Don't worry.
Don't
and
forget
again,
the powdered
it's
sugar.
gonna. Yes, powdered sugar and without powdered sugar, and just powdered sugar as well if you didn't want any French.
Oh, of course. How could you forget that?
Yes.
Excuse
and again,
me,
it'll dip
Nala.
Yes.
I asked for one of everything, and I think Azuka has given me every variation of everything.
She leans on Azuka. You did ask for one of everything, did you not?
You know what?
She kind of looks back at a fryer that's one of the fryers isn't properly working, and just goes. And the menu is 3 pages long.
I'll get
If
back to
only you
work. I
knew
don't want
what
to keep a
Azuka
customer
put me
waiting.
through. If only you knew.
And Azuka, the glare turned into just a mischievous smile as he again goes into the back to continue.
Your mom kind of leans over. Rent's going to be a little bit easier this month.
Yeah,
I paid
no
for
kidding.
the repairs.
And again, just gonna keep going every time a new variation on the same dish. I think in reality, we've only gone down maybe 3 or 4 lines of the menu.
Oh, yeah.
Not even in the full page yet. And it's been like an hour, and they've given you like every variation of
You get, like-
those 3 or 4 lines.
Gregel starts to take this as a challenge. He goes, so you know, I could actually try and change the variation on our ketchup if I start altering a few things. You know, maybe we try
Yeah.
different sauces. But then you
That's
have
a
to try
good
the same
point.
burger without the sauce for a comparison, you know?
Yeah, no. Yeah, Chuck's gonna cover it all. So yeah. Don't want to. Customer's always right, you know. Don't want to.
exactly.
Don't want to upset the customer.
Oh, you can't be changing that. You see, like, another, like, a teenager with, like, a leather jacket is there with, like, a couple of his buddies, and he's just like, just gonna throw this out there, man. Like, if you don't want to eat all that, I totally got you.
Help yourself here.
Yes! And he, like, walks over, and his buddies start taking from it like a buffet. He's like, this is sick, man. I got that run on Saturday. Dude, I'm gonna be so carbo loaded. Sick.
There are so many of them that it's just the same bun, but it counts as a different variation because it's
yeah.
from different types of burgers. So
It's like a wheat bun
just like-
versus a regular.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Did
again,
say
when we
I wanted
finally
to
get
do
down the page,
more for other people, Percy. You know.
You are feeding a community, it seems. So, like, people outside start to see people coming and taking this like a buffet, and other people start to come be like, hey, so is there like just, is that just like free? Is this like a promotion?
the generous Chuck Spadina has been giving out foods. Just let Chuck know what your order is, and you can let me know. Then I'll make it for you. He's got it all
Charles.
covered.
Charles, my friends call me Chuck.
Sorry, Charles.
This place is sponsored by Ammo? Oh, that's awesome. Hey guys, they're giving out food.
And he yells out, and some people like get out of a car and come inside. And you have like a 14-person crowd that, like, now the tables are getting filled at this point. There's like a lot of liveliness and laughter of just a bunch of people who got some really good free food. Then
The
Kyoko
entire
comes in.
time.
Chuck's
Azuka's loving it.
like disappointment and frustration turns to amusement with a smile on his face.
And you hear a ding, ding, ding as a familiar set of tails walks through.
Kyoko pushes the door open with one of her tails and comes in.
I think Azuka just about has a plate full of different variations of the soups we have prepared. Like, some of them is just vegetables in a bowl. Some of them are the actual soup with the vegetables in it. Some is just a soup without the vegetables in it. And it kind of walks on and nearly, I think, again, forgot to say corner as he goes around and nearly bumps into Kyoko. Oh, well, sorry, Oh, Kyoko, hi.
Well, it looks like you've been busy.
Yeah. Chuck is over there. He ordered one of everything, so and he kind of a smile spreads across his face. I'm giving him one of everything.
Kyoko looks at what's happening and looks over there and is like, right, of course he would.
I want to
you
roll
want
stealth
anything?
because you said a fryer was broken. I want to sneak over and try and fix it.
Oh my god.
Go for it.
I don't know if that would work. We got a pretty small
Perception.
kitchen.
Yeah.
You get up to go and walk to the back and sneak your way in. And Azuka, you obviously see it.
I was like, hey, staff only, where are you going?
Hey, listen, I saw something broken. I just want to fix it.
After we're done, maybe. It's not great for the aesthetic if some people see people actively working on renovations and stuff during, especially a rush hour like this, as I look around at the far more people squeezing into the space than usual.
Well, can I at least help in some way?
Ooh, I don't know. You can just be the face as people come and enjoy the buffet you've ordered.
Oh,
That'd be very useful.
sure
got-
thing.
One of the teenagers rips a giant chunk of bacon off, like, yeah, man, this is awesome. You should do this more often.
Have another meet next Thursday, if you don't mind.
I just look at Chuck with a smile and a shrug.
I'll think about it.
By the way, Kyoko's here. And I like point at Kyoko.
Oh, did you hear about all the food I'm buying for people?
Kyoko waves one of her tails at towards Chuck. I did. I heard you ordered one of everything, which I'm oddly not surprised about.
You know, I figured might as well.
Kyoko kind of like thinks for a moment. She's like, I don't even think you can make one of everything in one day.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I probably can't.
Let alone
But it's been fun
eat it all.
trying. Eat it all is a different situation. Maybe, probably. Making it definitely does take a bit longer.
feel like it might as well be 4th of July.
You hear Graggles in the back.
Hey, so you probably can't find out the perfect ratio of poppy seed to bun ratio. Or sesame seed to bun ratio. But there's plenty of variations there.
That
At
is
least
true.
12,732.
If you start making variations based on the number of poppy seeds on a bun, we'll be here for an eternity.
Just saying, under the qualifications of everything.
And we are highly customizable. That's what we actually pride ourselves at Delicious Sunrise. So
I think what they're saying, Chuck, is be careful what you ask for.
Why is it always
anyway,
me?
here's your
Why
soup
is it
without
always me?
soup, your soup without the vegetables, and your vegetables without the
Soup
soup. Here you go.
It's just
Vegetable.
vegetables.
It's just the vegetables. Let's say it down. Here you go.
A soup without the water, a soup without the air.
I just love the soup without a soup. It's just a bowl.
It's just an empty bowl. Some people come over and ask for just like bowls, like reusable bowls that they want to use for other things and cuts
Just got
as well.
some bread.
just some bread in a bowl. But again, I will turn to Kirk and go, would you like anything? Don't worry, if you want one of everything, I won't go to the extreme as I'm doing with Chuck.
I think I'm all right. Just a
Okay.
cup of coffee will do me.
Yes, come on
Will
in. Try
do.
the fantastic food this diner is known for. It's the grand returning opening. He's saying to the crowd.
Sure.
Kyoko just kind of looks at Chuck like and shakes her head, but we'll find a seat.
Yeah, one of these coffees, one of these are probably your favorites. I've done pretty much everything that I can with the coffees right now.
Percy in the corner, just like he's now like caught behind the tables, the extra tables that you've brought out, and it's like behind all the food in the corner. Like,
If you do have any iced coffee, I would prefer that black, if you don't mind.
Black, there it is. I'll just pick up one I've already made and hand it
Thank
over. There you go.
Good.
And again, I'll go back to behind the kitchen. I think that'd just be like the vibe every so often making conversation. I guess would it, at least to Azuka, it seems like they're just here, Chuck it and Percy just here to like relax and eat.
Yeah.
I think when there's like not like a lull, because I think he's so vindictive he's gonna keep doing this for as long as he can. But when there's like a chance to, he will definitely take a seat by Kyoko and just go, I'm assuming, if you're only here for food, that's awesome. That is our specialty, but do you want to like hang out? I can probably go on a break.
Well, I don't know why Chuck was here. If you want to go first, sir.
Yeah, Chuck. Is it just for one of everything? Because I can just get back to doing that.
No.
He was feeling lonely, I think.
Aww. Chuck Spadina feeling lonely and spends time in the delicious sunrise. Should put like that on the Chuck's comfort space. That could be like the slogan underneath the.
Do you want
banner?
to just attract single people trying to find me?
No. Yeah, no, that's actually a good point. Yeah, probably not. At least not give people the wrong impression.
No. Merely making a change. And thought it was a fitting place to begin since the last time I was here was when a big change happened.
Symbolic, okay. Well, you're always welcome here.
What was that big
I
change?
joke about this being your... Oh, yeah.
I've decided to start living again.
You weren't before. You look pretty alive to me. Is there something else we should know about you? Are you some kind of an undead creature, vampire of some sort? That might explain a lot, actually.
Considering how I was walking through life, it would seem so. From one obligation to the next. No, I think it's time to find out the person that I am again.
What kind of
one that
person is
isn't.
that?
Well, a new beginning to discover that of its own. No money needed. History, obviously, the past will come back to me, but we'll see what comes.
I
plan
will
to
say
travel
this.
more.
You will need some money. Unfortunately, this world you all have created, well, it requires a bit of it.
Indeed. I did give you back what I owed you, right?
You don't owe me anything.
If you say so. Betsy owes you a couple of apologies, though.
Kyoko
Yeah.
just shakes her head.
Yeah, you... Oh, yeah. You got hit quite a few times, right? Vehicles aren't your thing.
I would prefer to walk. I was created with arms and legs.
Well, we know why Chuck's here, new beginnings and all that, with a side of French toast. How about you?
Well, I wanted to see how you were doing. Now that you've returned.
I'm doing great, honestly. It's nice to be back where I'm comfortable. I kind of know what I'm doing, I'm meant to be doing, and enjoy doing.
Cade, so that he might have a solution for your problem, if it's something you still are looking to solve.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm still definitely trying to solve that, but I definitely need to talk to Cade about some stuff that kind of changed.
In regards to...
I guess the process I'm willing to go through to, make that change. Yeah, I think the crystal might be a little bit painful, not for me, for the Jeek when it comes to it removing him from me. And I want to see if, I don't know, we can figure out a way to make it as painless as possible for everyone involved. Because at the very least right now, I don't think that's really a concern or thought that Cade is considering right now. As long as I'm safe, I don't think he really cares how it works.
I don't know how painful it will be.
Yeah.
But
So I need to talk to him about that.
you would
Still
lose
think
all your powers and be human again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Honestly,
wouldn't
kind of
it-
excited about it.
What about the Duke? He gets to wander life like he did before he was attached to a, well, you.
Well, that might not be the case. He might end up inside of an opal or something.
Wait, he'll be trapped in it? thought it was kind of a separation thing.
Well, I don't know how it works, but sometimes that's the case with these types of magics. And then you would have to transfer that to something else.
It's not really my expertise, so I probably talk to Cade about it.
It's not my expertise either.
Yeah.
Making magical items was more my father's thing anyway.
Oh, was your father like a smith or like an artificer or something? Like an inventor?
Kind of like an artificer, but just making bags.
Oh, okay. Like, and I'll point at yours.
Exactly.
Like that one?
My father made this one.
Doesn't
Is
sound
that-
too far off from a mechanic in some ways.
Baskets, bags, boxes. Anything where you could put things inside of it, I suppose. Magical and non-magical kinds.
Oh. Well, yeah, no, I'm still 100% down and honestly kind of excited and relieved that there is some kind of future where I don't have to deal with all of this. So I kind of like gesture to his hand and his tail that still is behind him. But I'm probably going to speak to him later today after we close down, just to run through things and get to the specifics and see if we can, I don't know, smooth things out so me and the Duke can leave each other and walk down our own separate paths without any turmoil along the way or on the way to that point. After that, I don't really care what he gets up to. I don't think he really cares what I get up to either.
Well, I care, but I suppose that's a different kind of conversation altogether. But if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. I think I might have talked Kate out of, well, possibly destroying the whole town, but that's fine.
Wait, what?
He
At
was
this
gonna do
moment, you
something with
notice
emerald.
that Mentala has got his like face pressed up against the glass, and like you can hear like muffled like, "You tell me free food."
Well,
And
looks
Red like
we got
follows up quickly
visitors.
behind because
Whole
Mentala was
gang's
still
getting
staying
back
across the street and was just like, "What's this activity? Food." And then he
And
comes around
as-
and comes through the door.
You guys get distracted by Mentala. Camera pulls away. Starts overlooking the city as the sun goes up and down and up and down, and a few days has passed. Morning happens as Azuka's prepping the food in the back of the diner. And you get a message from Cade. I think I've done it. Come to the observatory as quick as possible.
This is a mental message, I'm guessing. Kind of seeing like, I don't think he pauses because I think he often gets messages in the middle of a shift. And we'll finish, and I can reply, right?
Yes. 25
cool.
words.
Yeah, I'll reply. Yep, be right there. Just need to finish off this meal. Do you want anything?
Another spell. Coffee would be nice. Lots of sugar. Haven't slept.
He'll make coffee, but also bring like a bottle of water. And we'll finish, like serve the dish he'll just finish making. And again, go to Nala and Chi-Chi's parents and go, hey, Kay just called, said that he's made a breakthrough with the whole, devil thing. I'll be right back.
Chi-Chi gives you a hug.
And
Good
again,
luck.
yeah, thank you. It might look a little bit different when I get back. I hope.
You're going to keep the height, right? Like it suits you.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I hope I do, because I already bought clothes to fit it, and it'll be a real waste of money if I don't fit them anymore. But we'll see.
Don't worry. After the other day, Chuck paid for everything. Sure
Yeah, no, yeah. No, I think we're covered for quite a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay.
And
You make your way across town.
Yeah, get my bike with
Pedal,
like a
pedal, pedal,
thermos of coffee and water as I ride up to the observatory.
Roll up, get to the front door. As you walk up, it opens, and it's just Cade with just bags under his eyes. Like, I think I did it.
Good God, you are old already. You need to sleep, or you just look older. As I put
I only need like
the
a couple
thermos
hours.
in his hand,
Hmm?
and you can't even
Oh,
make
thank you.
that. Some of us are stuck with having to take 8.
Okay, I need like all of this. So he like touches it and it gets like chilled up the sides. He goes, thanks. He just starts chugging it. By the time you guys get down to the lab, it's actually gone. He goes, okay. Here.
You
Okay.
drink some water as well. That's really dehydrating. As I put a bottle of water in his hand as well.
Thank you. Starts drinking that. So, I feel like I finally drained the opal of all the residual energy of the previous devil.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool. That's like the
That
first
means-
step, right?
The receptacle is available for another person. This is great.
Oh, okay. Crap, I've got to actually talk to you about that. They're gonna be trapped in there, right?
I mean, yeah. But not in you. I mean, they're trapped in you right now. What's the difference to them for being trapped inside of you versus being trapped inside of an opal?
I mean, yeah. I mean, there is kind of a difference because I can move around. Is there a way we can I don't know, finagle it so it just removes them from me and they can just kind of go off and do their own thing afterwards?
Do you want to release an archdevil onto...
I mean, yeah, they're kind of bound by the whole law thing we have with, the Churchill thing. So we're not in danger.
Yeah, you
Unless
are.
you're going to tell me something like they're a Nazi or something. You're a Nazi. Because unless
No,
I'm pretty
not
sure
a-
I'm not one, and I'm pretty sure you're
I-
not one. So I think we're good if we let this one go.
The influence of devils goes far beyond just physical violence. I mean, you look at places like Chicago. You guys know very well that if you let devils and demons and daemons run wild, places get altered.
Yeah. Yeah.
Azuka, he can't stay here.
I don't, honestly, really don't want him here. If there's a way, can we just send him back to hell? Am I just keeping there?
That we can most certainly do. But we got to put him in that thing first, because I don't think you want to die.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the whole they don't die
Yeah.
up here thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. If we can get them down to hell, that's kind of off my hands. That's back to where they're meant to be, home.
Yeah.
And it seems like they've survived long enough to know how to navigate whatever happens down there. The whole devil demon politics is really confusing to me.
Yeah. But it'll be interesting. But it'll be out of your hair. I'll hold on to it. I'll take care of it. But it's fine.
Yeah. I do have one more question though.
Yeah. What's up?
Would it be painful? Would it bits of them be missing? I don't know. Would it hurt them?
Be honest, buddy. I don't know. I've never done something like this before.
Yeah.
By all means, it shouldn't.
we're like not even like 10% sure it won't hurt, or is this like a fairly unknown kind of thing?
Rending two souls apart that have been connected. It's like separating conjoined twins.
Yeah.
You
You know, the
won't-
way you put it makes it sound even more painful than the way he put it.
Azuka, I'm going to say this bluntly to you. This is probably going to suck.
Ooh. For me or for him? I know I keep like asking these clarifying questions. I'm fine if it sucks for me. I can kind of like, that's fine. But I kind of made a deal with him that while we're on amicable terms and looking for ways to separate ourselves, that won't willingly or knowingly, we won't harm each other willingly or knowingly. And, you know, me knowing that I could potentially hurt, it's kind of me just letting it happen willingly. And I feel like that's kind of breaking contract.
You see him running some calculations in his head and he looks at you. I don't know. So there is no definite answer to this.
Do you mind if I
want some
ask
time
him?
to, yeah, take your time.
Yeah.
And you see him
Yeah.
go back to his bench and he starts working on stuff.
And Ezekiel, like very comfortably, I think with the same level of comfort and familiarity as he does within his own home, he does it here, kind of sit on the ground,
Mhm.
cross-legged, and try to tap into that space. Kind of like a more of a, hey, just want to check in rather than I want to be in your realm again kind of vibe.
And instead of going into the white space, he appears in front of you, just cross-legged on the ground, staring at you.
What's up?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Cade doesn't really know if it's gonna hurt either of us from the sounds of it.
I mean, pain is pain.
Yeah. The thing is, you will be trapped in that opal, from what I'm understanding. But I did
Yeah.
ask if it's possible to just take you back home to hell, and he said, yeah, that's definitely possible. He seems more comfortable in that than even the process of separating us. So I think we're good on that end, but at least for a while, for a moment, you'll be in that opal.
I don't want to do that. Being stuck inside of a gem.
Yeah, but from what I'm understanding, it won't be for long. He's gonna get you back home, right?
Is he? Do you
That's
trust him
what
to do
he
that?
said. Yeah. He'll kind of like sneak a look over at Cade as he's working, and then back at the Duke.
You see him like fiddling with these different smaller pieces of emerald.
Yeah. I trust him. I mean, he's been working for a while to figure out how to separate the two of us. I don't see why he'd lie.
If this happens, you'll keep me safe.
I mean, to the best of my ability, sure. Like I can ask how long it'll take for him to get you from the opal back to hell, but again, I don't think it should be too long. It seems like, at least to him, it seemed like a pretty easy thing to do.
Hmm. If you could do that, get the guarantee. I trust you.
And for the first time, you see Bilal nervous.
Ooh. Okay, I think Azuka is kind of stares at Belial, like brows furrowed, and then it kind of clicks. That's the like expression that's on his face is nervousness, and he's taken aback for a moment, and just goes, "Are you scared?"
I am putting my life in your hands. Yeah. Like I said, we devils run on fear.
Yeah. I mean, if it makes you feel more comfortable, I can poke and prod Cade a bit more just to get the specifics of things, how it would work step by step. Maybe that will help you out. I know that helps out my mum whenever she goes for like her checkups or surgery. She likes the doctor talking through exactly what's about to happen.
That might have swayed me.
Yeah, no, sure. I'll ask. But I guess the thing is, like, we're kind of, like you said, unique, a weird case. I don't know if there are many other cases for him to pull on, so regardless, it might not be guaranteed. I don't think really anything's guaranteed. But at the very least, I can ask how high the percentage is. Maybe. I don't know.
More information is always nice.
Okay. And I'm not even like getting up from my spot. I don't think even trying to break the current connection he has with the Duke. He'll look over to Cade and just yell, "Hey, so what's kind of like the step-by-step process of everything they have planned? Right down to letting him go in hell. Like, what's kind of like the timeline for that?"
Oh, right now it's put Opal against your chest, drain devil essence, figure other thing out later, to be honest.
Can we kind of figure out the other thing now?
I mean, I thought the priority was getting it out of you.
Yeah, but I do want to get the whole plan, locked up and nailed down. I've had this thing in me for like over 20 years. Another few days won't hurt.
Yeah, but I mean, totally fine. Yeah, I can nail down the specifics.
After
right.
you sleep, probably.
Yeah, but like I'm so close on this. Come check this out.
And Azuka will stand up and walk on over, and I think keep the connection of the Duke open so the Duke can like kind of watch as well.
So I took the emerald you guys brought here, and I noticed something that I think is what caused the explosion that Kyoko saw. It was still intact. There was a crack in the center of the emerald. So I broke it apart. And you look on his desk, and there are now 7 pieces of an emerald splayed out. It's like a septagon. He's like,
oh.
And check this out. And he puts some energy into it, and it links from one to the other, 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 into this ring. And it creates like this little field of energy. Just like, now I'm going to try something. And he raises his hand, and it like spirals up and starts to broaden out as this little image field starts to expand. Ooh. You want to see my home? Because I think I just made a window.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like the old world home.
You're about to get your first glimpse of a Rowan. And he starts muttering some incantations, as you see this purple energy start to flow and push into the field, as you start to see the largest trees you have ever seen skyrocketing into the sky, twice the size of redwoods, in a massive forest that pans out over this giant flowing river. And in the far distance, this chrome, almost white marble, brass filament city of pure elven design in this magical, fantastical realm that you have never seen before. And he goes, I did it. And he just, this is Kyle.
Azuka like reach out to like touch the image if you can, like place a hand on it.
He goes, where? And your hand just goes right through it.
Sorry, I was just checking.
It's just an image, but oh, I have to check up on my family.
Yeah, can you get that specific with this? Is this just an image or like what's happening now?
I applied a scry spell to the emerald. Let me see. And he kind of grabs out and he moves his hand, and the world shifts around, and it zooms in on a building. He goes, why are they there? That's a hospital. Zooms inside, and you see a long silver-haired elf over the bed of a tinier elf with purple and white hair, breathing heavily. These marks going up their body, similar to Kate's. Oh no.
What's happening? Is it the same thing with you?
Yeah. I have a genetic disorder in my family. We can channel a lot of arcane energy, but it takes a toll on our body. Her body's breaking down. And you see him just start like a tear form.
And Azuka kind of looks from this image and then over to Cade and just rests a hand on his shoulder. Hey, you've been fighting it off for this long, I'm sure.
She needs to know how. I'm not there to teach her.
You will be soon. We're close. You're close.
He like studies her a little bit more. Looks at you. I don't think I'm fast enough.
Is there a way I can help? I'm not as versed in this kind of stuff, but I can at the very least be an extra pair of hands.
With the emeralds separated like this, the only thing I would need is a larger influx of power. Align it properly. And I feel like I can do it.
Maybe, I don't know. We made friends with the people on the train. Could the power cell be a thing? We can pay them back.
What time are they arriving? Is it soon?
Hopefully. By the way, we kind of enlisted maybe three automatons. Yeah, they're going to be coming to ask for your help in a couple of days as well with the train. But I think the train should be arriving soon. I haven't actually kept up with the timetable, so I don't know for sure.
And you look, and he just starts watching her for a little bit. And she starts coughing, and the elven woman stands up, mouths some words, and other elves rush in. Calm her down. need to be there now, Azuka. I can't stand by and watch this.
I think Azuka is kind of racking his brain for any way he can help right now. And he keeps coming to one answer, but pushing that aside. Because I don't think he can bring himself to even offer that, let alone follow through with it.
While you're contemplating this, he just straight up. If I could use some of Belial's power, I could amplify my own into the emeralds and create a stable doorway. Azuka, we don't have time. And he goes over and he opens up the case and he grabs the opal. It's like, if I start now, I think I can be there and help her out.
How much of his power do you need? I probably need to speak to him, ask him if he's okay with this.
Maybe all of it.
We can't just take all of it.
Why
Isn't
not?
that what makes...
Damn it, Azuka,
him-
he's a devil.
So?
I am not going to sit here and debate the value of a life of some devil to my daughter.
Would your daughter be okay with knowing that someone lost their life to save hers?
She'll never have to know.
I take a step back away from Cade.
Mm.
You can't just trade lives like it's some kind of card game.
So you won't do it. You kind of seem like defeated.
No, we can figure out something else another way, but...
You're right. Maybe she could survive another day or two. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been angry with you like that.
No, trust me, if anyone understands anger, it's me. You don't need to apologize.
He goes and he puts the opal back. And kind of looks up at the image. Waves his hand and it dissipates. I am sorry.
Trust me, it's fine. It's okay.
Puts his hand on your shoulder. But there is nothing I wouldn't do to save her. So sleep. And I need you to make a will save.
What a feeling. Give me a sec. Okay. So actually, that's actually a 31 because it doesn't take into account my amulet.
Are you wearing it?
Is the
You keeping
amulet
all the adventurer's gear on you?
Spell guard shield?
Do you have it on you?
Was that the amulets? If it was the amulet, I would be wearing it, but I don't actually know what.
No, it was a
This-
full bracer combo.
Oh, in that case, no, I wouldn't be wearing that. No, so it'd be 29 then.
Okay. You just succeed, or you hit the mark. So with that, for sleep. Take a -1 status penalty to perception checks for 1 round.
As I kind of stagger backwards.
He's right
and
up
trying
on
like
you again. Grabs your arm. Goes to activate your binds.
Oh, I am going to. Can I act? Is this like turn, like initiative, or?
If it is, then this is his last action. Sleep was 2.
Okay. I mean, it's up to you because I have a thing, but I'm just curious if this is like a 3-action thing or just narrative.
You are in a fight with a very high-level wizard alone, without your weapons, in his tower. I don't know of a lot of ways this can go well for you. So it's up to you if you want to fight.
Time to pray to fate.
I mean, he's going to use dimensional assaults just for the teleportation aspect of it and teleport away as far as he can, would be 15 feet away, and then run the rest.
Okay.
And just try to get out, basically.
Unfortunately, with a 17 roll added his Arcana, your minds are activated and you're stunned.
Okay.
And as you're kind of in that staggered state, cast another sleep spell on you.
Hey. 27.
And that one is a failure.
Don't you have
So-
a thing that lets you re-roll a save?
Yes, the devil's luck.
That you
Was it
gave to
Devil's-
Kyoko?
No, I don't have it.
Yeah, Kyoko gave it back to me. That's
We had a conversation
reroll.
about it last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a reroll, right?
Yeah, it's allows
Yeah,
you to
you can re-roll a save once per day.
re-roll a save.
Oh, okay.
devil's
perfect,
luck.
Perfect. Let me see if there's anything else I can use to help me here.
Or thematic ability to use.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I was thinking. I was like, wait, don't you have that thing?
Yeah, I'll re-roll that. Let's see if it helps. No.
No.
So you were asleep for 1 minute.
As I
You're gonna
I
wake up
look-
with missing body parts.
So
I kind of look
We are
at
going to-
Cade with confusion as I kind of drop to one knee then the other and then fall asleep.
And as you're falling asleep, the last thing you hear is, I am sorry. As this fades to black. Some time passes. From Kyoko's point of view, where is she at right now?
What time of day is it?
It's around midday.
Midday? Well, she's probably taking a little lunch break. She's eating a snack, eating lunch.
Where's Chuck?
You're muted.
Definitely in this garage working on making stuff.
Where's Mentala?
I'm gonna say in the house opposite the diner, adding some new furniture to the dollhouse.
So you're having Red place in little bits. Kyoko is sipping on some tea. Chuck wrenching up a car. As you see a giant beam of green teal energy skyrocket into the sky from the Griffith Observatory, and these tendrils of energy spiral out in a fracturing pattern. As Cade is attempting to tear his way into the other world. And that is where we're going to end for today.
Yay!
Oh no! I knew it was gonna happen.
Ooh.
All right. Dramatic music. We will stop.
Um,
Well, we hope that you enjoyed the penultimate episode of Valtorn. Next week will be the grand finale. We hope that you all will join us, same time, same place, twitch.tv/roll4 at 10 a.m. Pacific on Thursday. So we hope that you will tune in live. If you can't make it live, we always put it up on our YouTube channel as well. So you'll be able to catch the action over there. But before we wrap up and go record an after show, also next week, our after show will be live. So you get some closure. You can ask some questions in chat. So think about the questions you want to ask. But before we go record a private one that will be up on our Patreon right now, we do want to thank our sponsor. Thank you to Roll20 for sponsoring today's episode. We super duper appreciate it. If you're curious how we've been doing our rolls and all the things that we've been pasting in the channel there, and how we've been doing our character sheets and any of the maps that we've done previously, or card games that we've done previously, anything like that, it's all through Roll20. It's very handy. So if you need to find a way to play with your friends virtually, because some of us don't live close to our friends, it is super nice. We also have some merch if you want to check it out over at designbyhumans.com/shop/roll4 and get yourself a mug so you can have the many types of different coffees that Azuka has created. You can make yourself one and then send us a selfie or a picture. We'd love to see it. We want to know how you do your coffee, but it needs to be in a
let me know.
mug. Yeah.
I might show you the secret recipe to coffee without coffee. The delicious sunrise specialty.
Yeah, we'll have to get the delicious sunrise special coffee. We also want to thank our supporter today. Thank you, Hero Sheep. In unison, ready? 3, 2, 1. Bad.
Oh,
All right, there you go.
I thought we were saying thank you in unison. My bad. Sorry. I didn't read it. I didn't get the memo.
Oh God.
Thank you, Hero Sheep. We appreciate your support. We always do. And with that, if you would like to become a supporter like Hero Sheep, you can become a legend tier or above over on our Patreon. Not only do you get to support an episode and let us continue to tell amazing stories by helping us pay our cast, but you also get to play in a private GM'd game. Kai Bear wrapped up the last one that was affecting the world of Valtorn for last month's group, or the previous month's group, because we have to wait till the month's over to get the people. It's weird. But we have a new GM for the next round, which is pretty exciting. So you get like a little sneak peek of who might be GMing for our future campaign show. And then, of course, we do have a whole bunch of other goodies. We'll be having our character sheets coming up because we are level 6 now. You know when the GM gives you a level that something's going to happen, and it is happening. And we have a whole bunch of other stuff on our Patreon, so check it out over there. We'll have an after show coming up soon, so you want to check that out. We also have our Twitch subscription. You can subscribe here and get access to the VODs in advance and some emotes. If you have Amazon Prime, you can just get a free sub if you haven't used Amazon Prime for anything else. And then we also have a YouTube membership over on YouTube. You can get access to some of our emotes as well. And whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or Patreon supporter, you get access to our private Discord where I'm sure there's going to be some chatter about what happened today, or questions. And we know that not everyone can support us monetarily, and take care of you and your peoples first. Maybe not in the same way Cade is trying to take care of his children, but don't harm other people in the way. But you can watch us live here on Twitch, make clips. I'm going to try to do a little compilation before next week's episode. And you can also watch over on YouTube, subscribe, like, and comment, and follow us on Twitter and Facebook, liking, sharing, and retweeting and commenting over there. We always have new stuff up, so definitely show us some love. And before we wrap up and go do our after show, I would love for these lovely people to say where you can find them at, because not only are they here doing sick Valtorn stuff, but they're also doing other things in other places. We're going to kick things off a little different round. We're going to start with Bentham Plays, who plays Mentala. Where can people find you when you're not looking through glass windows? I feel like that's become a theme for your character.
I do, yeah, no, it's a classic Mentala move to be at a window like, ooh, cool stuff.
I'm imagining even in the jewelry store. Ooh, shiny.
Wow, well, this adventuring equipment that I wasn't being given before. just winging it. But yeah, I'm Bentham. You can find me doing my own stuff sometimes, but I don't care about that right now because tomorrow, the thing that I've been hyping up for like the past 6 months is happening. The Alien show over on the Wandering Inn. We've been working on it for a million years. It feels like,
I've
but
only
it's done.
heard so
it's
many
edited.
exciting things from everyone.
Yeah, I just keep hyping it up. Everyone involved has been hyping it up. It's got a huge cast, which I'm going to list because I don't think I've listed the cast yet. It's got Sheepdog. It's got Gaming FTL, also known as Josh, who's been a role for it before. It's got Safi Pie, Peachy Pixelate, Valen Vane, Ezekiel 3, El Bell, Katie Peters Plays, Domestic Dan, Scoticus, and me. It's a whole expansive alien story. It's like post-production up the wazoo. It's got music, it's got sound effects, it's got like tons and tons of like editing, and like it's really cool. It's really cool. It's coming out tomorrow at 7 p.m. UK time, 11 a.m. Pacific time on the Wandering Inn YouTube channel, and then it's going to be playing again on Saturday on their Twitch channel. I'm going to be tweeting about it. I'm going to be in the chats, as is probably everyone else involved, because we're really hyped about it. So yeah, it's happening. It's finally happening. It's here after a million years. That's me. That's all I'm talking about.
Always whenever it's like stuff that you've been holding in forever. Like I have a few podcasts that I've done and they haven't released yet, and you're just like, I'm waiting. Next up, we've got Apocalypto 12, who plays the one and only Chuck Spadina. Where can people find you at when you're not ordering one of everything?
Hopefully never ordering one of everything myself, because that sounds very expensive, especially the way Azuka does it. But you can find me talking about one of every sport eventually on my podcast called Go My Favorite Sports Team. It's a sports podcast designed for people that don't know sports, don't care about sports, maybe don't like sports. But it just opens your horizons to understanding sport, at least in a different way and in a different dimension. New episode just came out talking about the lumberjack games. So if you know anything about lumberjacking, chopping wood, anything like that, there's a lot of comedy in it. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm over there with my buddy Mark, and you can watch exclusively on Spotify, but listen anywhere you pod your casts.
Have you ever done cornhole yet?
It's on the list.
Okay, because there's a whole professional cornhole sport, and we were laughing so hard about this because I've played that when I was like a little kid in Wisconsin. So it was just really funny to see that like I could have been a professional cornholer. Okay. Anyways, in an alternate universe, ultimate timeline. So. What?
Cornhole apparently originated in my home state. So.
Oh, there you have it.
There's a fun fact for you.
Next, cool. I think more fun facts. Follow Tyler. And of course, we've got Draconics, who plays Azuka. Where can people find you at when you're not being put to sleep?
Yeah.
Hopefully not forever.
Apparently just for 1 minute, but we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter or anywhere we jump to next when we jump ship inevitably again. Draconics is DRAKONIQES. I'm a TTRPG performer, writer, producer, everything and anything TTRPG related I am doing or will be doing. The only thing I will shout out is that recently, I think this week, time is really like a soup. So I don't know if it was this week or last week, but at some point in time, Gabe announced a actual play podcast called Undying Hope, which we're working on, and I am one of the co-producers and will be the occasional guest voice for some of the NPCs on that show, and it's going to be very, very intense. The first episode, we gave a sneak preview for anyone who's a Patreon on the 4th of July, because the episode takes place on the 4th of July, which can only be good in a zombie apocalypse, right? But you can check that out.
I mean, it's great for the zombies. You have like everybody all grouped up in one place. Like
exactly. Amazing for the zombies. So you can check that out. Follow me on Twitter at Draconics, it's DRAKONIQES, or Gabe James Games on Twitter. We tweeted out the links, and you'll be seeing more updates about that podcast in the next coming few days. But yeah, that's it. Pretty much it from me. Awesome. I am probably going to sleep, but voluntarily after this.
Sounds good. So between you and Bentham, I never know when you guys are awake or asleep. Also, I love that in chat someone's like, what the fuck is cornholing? And the guy's like, go watch the podcast to find out. And of course, last but not least, we have our one and only Game Master, Kai Bear. Where can people find you at when you are not stealing devils out of people in order to harness their power so that you can go to another world?
Yeah, I know, that's a Tuesday. You can find me on all the big T's of social media, Twitch, TikTok, and Twitter at KybearVO on TikTok and Twitter. Thank you for checking out all my stuff. I'll be live later today doing something or another. It'll be a fun time. Come and check me out. But, Maggie, where can people find you when you're not
In my
sipping
home,
tea
but
and watching
don't
the
do
world
that.
end?
Don't find me in my home. I'm moving actually. So, but I'm Margaret Crone. You can find me at Margaret Crone in all of the places except for TikTok. I'm Margaret Crone 1337 because someone took my name and they won't give it back to me. But I do lots of things on the internet. If you want to find them, follow me. I will be over on twitch.tv/Bub Talks tonight for another episode of our Pathfinder game that I'm doing doubleheader, 2 Pathfinder games today, where we are playing through like a weird campaign. It's different than this, so come check it out.
Intrigued.
And I don't know. I was like, I don't know where I was going with that. I started and then I couldn't remember what I was going to say. But yeah, that's it. And I make games and video games for a living. And you can find the game that I'm currently working on at Ashes of Creation in all of the places. With that, we are going to go record an after show. And we will be raiding our wonderful Pod by Night homies. For those of you who continually keep asking us, the VODs should be floweth now. We had a little bit of a pickle where one of the episodes was missing. So the wonderful Tracy, aka Miss Magitech, created a little recap, which is over on our YouTube channel. So for that missing episode, and now we should be just flowing the episodes until their break ends. So with that, we'll see you all next week for the grand finale of Valtorn. Doodles.
Bye-bye.